well, we got 3 of us. I mean, fuck, 50 episodes in, like, it's just, nothing ever goes according to plan. Like, I was, hey, we got 50 and stuff, we'll get Jen and Sue and Selena and Al here and stuff and do a barbecue, and shit happens.
But it snows
well, plus,
lot.
too, like, well, the thing with Al is, like, and he was saying this with work, it's like, they felt that a couple guys caught COVID in the garage, and they wanted the entire garage to get tested. The thing is, you can't have the entire garage get tested, because then that shuts down the entire fucking garage. And they're trying to test some guys in waves and stuff, and then have a quarantine in waves, and just became a big 2-week fucking debacle and stuff. And I was like, don't get no worry about it. I was like, no one's mad. Or like, Junior just has his birthday and stuff, hang with his mother, have a good time. And like, it's like, this isn't none of our full-time jobs. We're just hanging out here bullshit. And it's like, if this was like work, it's like, but hey, it's been 2.5 fucking weeks. It's no big deal. I mean,
hopefully he didn't get the anal swab. No, they're gonna start using anal swabs to test, and I'm like, wait, if this is a respiratory thing or in the head, why are you gonna be shoving cotton swabs up everyone's ass, Fauci? I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
The first minute in, we're talking about anal swabs. So, yeah, I was actually listening to the guy Ralph, his podcast in China. I was hearing about tidbits, but I looked into it more. What they're trying to say is that apparently they've been testing people, and they test negative when they do the nasal swab, and that something with the anus and like the way the digestive juices and stuff, that people that were testing negative on the fucking nose swab were then still testing positive with the anal swab. So now they're trying to say that basically the anus is a better detector of testing for COVID. So to get a more accurate test for COVID, they want to stick a cotton swab up your ass.
Yeah, have you seen the cotton swabs too?
Yeah.
They're like fucking 6+ inches long. And they're like, this is what they have to bend over, grab their ankles and cough, and like 2 inches went in. I'm like, I'll be fucking knocking someone out.
Doc, buy me dinner first, man.
Yeah, I'm like, no, you're not touching my butthole, you pirate.
Sponsored by I Am Drinking Mike's Hard Strawberry. This is fucking excellent. God damn. What do you got over there?
Red Cat.
The Red Cat? You brought him back? Don't sleep on the Red Cat.
Shit is good.
Yeah. I'll give Junior some time. Like, we got, like, that Burnett's whipped cream is pretty good, so. But
Junior's got that thinking look on his face,
good,
like
yeah.
someone's going to get it.
Oh, it's been good. I mean, those just like, see, for his birthday, I was happy he has birthday and stuff, and I had to fucking mention his receding hairline and shit, and like.
Yeah. Well, no, see, it looks like it's coming back with a. He looks
actually,
like
no, his hair does look good.
He looks like he should be in the Soul Glow commercial for Coming to America too. Just let you.
Did you watch that trailer?
I didn't.
I think it's fucking hilarious. Like, I'm reading the comments like, oh, this shit looks stupid. I'm like, what? Like, Coming to America 2, Eddie Murphy, they show Wesley Snipes there. They got fucking Arsenio Hall's back, Tracy. It looks hilarious. I'm like, I've
been too busy watching a lot of anime.
Yeah. I mean, I figured for Black History Month, I gotta watch Coming to America. Like,
Black History Month is Japanese Appreciation Month to me now.
Oh, God.
It's also Gorilla Girl, Glue Girl.
Well, let's see. Actually, let's get on to her right now, because... Oh, boy. You can't make this dumb shit up.
Have you seen the video? This chick's like, look at my hair. It hasn't moved in days. I washed it 15 times.
Yeah.
It was fucking great.
Well, I'm not sure if you heard about that, Junior. You hear about the fucking the Gorilla Glue Girl?
Yeah, I heard about it.
Well, here's what pissed me off. It's like, first off, it's funny as hell as it is, but this is why. The fact that somebody put, whenever you listen to this is coming from February of 2021, and 2021 is looking to be just as fucking stupid as February of 2020, and we have people now putting Gorilla Glue into their hair as shampoo. Now, what's comical is the fact that someone's just goddamn stupid. What's annoying is the fact that she sat there, now she wants to make a lawsuit against the founders of Gorilla Glue. Like, why are you suing them for putting glue into your hair? It's not shampoo, you dumb bitch. But check out New York Post right here. Gorilla Glue Girl, Tessica, and like people said, who named their kid Tessica? I'm just putting it out there. Like, it's Jesus Christ. But,
Tessica.
So, Tessica Brown raises over $13,000 in her first day for a GoFundMe. And again, all the things going on with this country, and we just mentioned before the podcast started, more unemployment's going on, more people, actually, me and Elliot, before when we got the mics here, Junior, Ben Shapiro's breaking down with the guy Matt Walsh that they're trying with the whole federal minimum wage going to $15 an hour. They're trying to say by doing that, they estimate the next 3 years that they'll be cutting another 1 million jobs out of the workforce by doing it, because they want to sit there and they'll like say, well, you know what, we'll want to raise the federal minimum wage and stuff too. And what we'll do is we'll have more self-checkout lanes. And like Elliot was saying, you'll have all these workers making $10, $11 an hour, give everyone $15 an hour as a flat rate. And now everyone getting 40 hours a week. And now you're getting 20 hours a week. So you're still not going to fucking benefit.
No.
But yeah, so with everything going on and shit, so I like here, good old New York Post. They're helping her get out of a sticky situation.
Oh, she was in a bukkake.
Yeah.
A glue bukkake.
The Louisiana woman whose hair has been stuck solid for a month after she used the super glue in lieu of hairspray started the GoFundMe on Monday. She set out to raise only $1,500, of course, but by 9 a.m. Tuesday, she had raised more than $13,382 with donations from 700 people. Fuck's sakes. The fundraiser started by her and a relative and using a photo from her visit to the emergency room. Did not detail what she used the cash for. First off, too, you had this glue in your hair for a month?
She in a video, she said she washed her hair 15 times and this stuff was still glued to her skin. Now, anybody who can read, on the side of the bottle it says not for use in eyes or skin. Your scalp is skin. And she put this stuff, she used it to glue the hair to her skin. Therefore, Gorilla Glue is not responsible. She put it on her skin.
Now she plans to sue over the hair raising ordeal, as well as she's going to fly to California Wednesday, where she's reported getting free treatment from Beverly Hills plastic surgeon Dr. Michael Obeng to finally free her locks. Of course, that's good. That's just good PR for him, but still. Yeah. She went viral last week when she revealed on TikTok how her hair had been stuck solid for a month after she used the extra strong super glue after running out of her usual hair product. Bad idea, she said in the original clip, which been seen more than 20 million times by Tuesday morning. And again, all right, like Jim was saying, we gotta get TikTok going, boys. Like, Jesus Christ, to get 20 million views, dump glue in your hair like an asshole, and you get 20 million fucking views. Like, boy, many of those who donated this week offered prayers, with others suggesting possible treatments. I can't imagine a more traumatic way to come into the public eye, wrote one woman, donate $20. I'm telling you, that's trauma. I mean, I've known people who have been molested and raped and shit and beaten down and hosed and stuff and cops kneel on their fucking necks. But what's really traumatic is putting fucking glue in your hair. So let's give her $20.
On purpose.
Christ. Someone chipped in $50, largely out of laughing as hard as I did at Brown's play. Okay, so... I mean, I'm going to laugh at you. I'm not going to give you $50 for laughing at you for being a goddamn moron, but sure, throw $50.
I mean, to some people, that's comedy that you can't make up.
Okay, so Gorilla Glue tweeted its sympathies over the unfortunate situation, but stressed there was no reason to think it was wise to use the adhesive on her hair. This is a unique situation because this product is not indicated for use in or on hair as it is considered permanent, the company stressed. So, oh boy.
I mean, I did see commercials where a gorilla was putting a couch back together, but never did I see the gorilla go up to someone's hair, like, let me help you. You're going to look good for your meeting, bro. Yeah.
I'm sure someone's out there like, you know what? I seen a gorilla. You put this glue on the fucking couch and stuff, and that must be one smart gorilla or something. What the fucking person?
My hair won't stay flat against my skin. What'll help me, Mr. Gorilla? Gorilla Glue Spray. Thank you so very much. My hair ain't gonna move for months.
Yeah. So
there's gotta be someone yelling at me.
I'm not sure how much you and Junior. I know a little bit with you, Elliot, but Al, whenever he shows up and stuff, over Saturday, this whole the fact that Carlton said group chat he didn't hear about it, the whole GameStop situation in Wall Street. I'm not sure how much you and Junior know about this shit. Like you were saying, Elliot, before. I have trouble keeping up because it seems like so fucking complex. I don't fully get it. Al knows a lot about it, so I'm not sure. Unless you guys offer some insight, I kind of want to leave that alone. But just saying, for what I do know, I just basically know that billionaires are pissed off. They're making less money. Average Joes are fucking it to Wall Street, and they saved GameStop, and it's pretty much all I know. I don't fully understand how the complexities of this whole Robinhood thing went down. I don't get it. So.
Robinhood's getting sued because they're trying to stop everyday people from buying stocks.
Yeah.
Like you can still sell, but you can't buy. And people are like, wait a second. Pretty much the end all be all is it seems as if I'm not an expert that they don't want everyday people banking on doing what corporations and celebrities do to make their money. It's legal what they're doing, but because everybody now knows the secret, everybody's upset. There's celebrities who are cursing and raging for people to get thrown in jail because somehow it's impacting their stocks and whatnot. And at the point where people just started going crazy, throw everybody in jail, Russia, blah, blah, blah. I was like, okay, I'm done because the morons have literally just started hurting my head.
I mean, I don't know shit about it. I just know it's been a big fucking controversy the past couple of weeks and stuff, guys. And like, I'm not sure they're calling it like the modern day Wolf of Wall Street, and just I'm not sure. It's just it's so complex. But yeah, I just know like it just said people are billionaires losing money. They're pissed off. They're trying to go to Congress now. They're trying to pass new laws to stop this from happening again. And okay, it's good that the little guys are sticking to them, but
the little guys are doing a lot to help hospitals that especially and wings of hospitals that house children, because you'll see pictures on Twitter of these guys spending a portion of their money to donate video games for these kids who are stuck in hospitals getting forms of treatment. So they want to stop people actually being good with their money and using the money because they're in a bad way.
Yeah. So I mean, I don't know, do you know anything about the whole, like, Wall Street fucking GameStop thing? I just know that, like, a bunch of average people on Reddit and stuff, too, they supported GameStop, and they found a way to make GameStop relevant again, and I don't get how it's costing people billions and hedge fund guys. It seems to be very complex, so, I mean, I can let Al, because he's followed a lot of it. He understood more of it than I did, so it's...
I honestly haven't been following it because I've been focusing my attention on a bunch of other things that's been happening. But I mean, it is important. It is very important that happened.
Yeah, I mean, I just want someone to break it down who understands it more than we do, because I mean, it's just I don't understand this shit.
Like I said, I haven't been following it, so I'm not the person to ask. But I have been following a lot of other things that has a significant impact. So,
I said when Al comes, whenever he shows up next time, I'll let him break it down, because he's just been reading a lot about this shit because he's fascinated by it. So, I actually found this yesterday. Actually, from Ben Shapiro's Daily Wire, I talked to Selena about this morning, and it's fucked up. But like, I made comments telling people like it may sound heartless, but like, I just feel like this comes from a fucking place of entitlement and people who've led a very privileged life. And I'm sorry if it sounds heartless and callous, but like, it is. So this popped up yesterday, and I feel like this is financial and blue collar shit. But this kid thought he lost $730,000 on the Robinhood app and then killed himself. Now his parents are suing Robinhood.
Wasn't that years ago?
No, this just happened a couple of days ago, apparently. So
Robinhood is that investment app, right?
I guess, well, part of it's investment app too, and they're also part of the whole fucking GameStop thing. But
this isn't the first time that's happened. I think there was another investment app years ago. They gave a young gentleman, I think he was early 20s or like 19 or something. Okay. He was investing something, and he got the same news that his investment turned red or negative, and that he owed millions upon millions of dollars. And when he tried to ask what was going on, the investment app, I don't think it was Robinhood, it could have been, this was years ago, didn't get back to him, and he ended up killing himself. And his brother, who was an investment manager, ended up suing the investment app because they weren't helping people, and it led to the tragedy of the information. What they had a server error or something where it was telling people like they lost millions, owed millions, and didn't even tell the people, and it was causing this. People were killing themselves.
Well, this is this is similar to that vein, but this happened. So this is Alex Kearns. Says Alex Kearns was still in high school when he began using the stock trading app Robinhood to make investments. He started buying and selling stocks with his own savings from birthday gifts and a summer job, a total of about $5,000. Okay, $5,000 isn't too bad. His parents, Dan and Dorothy, said he spoke to him about responsible investing, believing he had limited exposure to the risks of stock market trading. Robinhood, however, makes it incredibly easy for users to buy and sell options, a riskier investment. CBS determined that all a user has to do to be approved by Robinhood to buy and sell options is a check that they have at least not much experience in trading. That's it. So I don't understand how they allowed that to happen in the first place, that the father told the outlet. So on June 11, 2020, Alex looked at his Robinhood account and discovered it was restricted and showed an apparent negative balance of $730,000. The next morning at 3 a.m., the company sent him an automated message saying the now 20-year-old needed to take immediate action and pay more than $170,000 the next few days. He thought he blew up his life. He thought he screwed up beyond repair, Dan told CBS. Panicked, he tried to contact someone at Robinhood, but since there was no customer service number, he sent 3 emails to the support account, trying to understand what happened. I was incorrectly assigned more money than I should have. My bought puts should have covered the puts I sold. Could someone please look into this? He wrote to the emails, according to CBS. Then he gets an automated message saying, thanks for reaching out to our support team. We wanted to let you know we're working to get back to you as soon as possible. So, okay, so far nothing out the ordinary. Later that day, he kills himself. So this is a problem I have. He left behind a note to his parents that asked, how is a 20-year-old with no income able to get assigned almost $1 million worth of leverage? The puts that I bought/sold should have canceled out too, but I also have no clue what I was doing now in hindsight. There was no intention to be assigned this much and take this much risk. If you check out the app, the margin investing option isn't even turned on me. Fuck Robinhood, he added. One day after his suicide, Robinhood sent another automated email, which seemed to indicate the issue was fixed and that Alex didn't owe any money. Great news, the email said. According to a copy obtained by CBS, we're reaching out to confirm that you've met your margin call and we've lifted your trade restrictions. If you have any questions about your call, please feel free to reach out. We're happy to help. His parents are suing the company for wrongful death, negligent infliction of emotional distress, and unfair business practices. And so, yeah, it may sound callous, but like, literally, kid, okay, if you're 20 years old and you're killing yourself over a fucking computer error, I'm just sorry, but like that just comes from, to me, like, you haven't had much of a really hard, fucked up life, because of all the shit, the three of us and all of our friends and family, like, if my bank account was negative, I'm not going to go hang myself because of that shit. Like, I'm sorry.
No, there's checks and balances where only a certain amount of money can be used.
Yeah.
They were supposed to stop it. Because if they come to collect, they will come to collect everything. And if he was living with his parents, they would have taken all of their shit too. Yeah. So not only did he think he ruined his life, but his parents and the rest of his family.
Yeah. That's the thing, is like, 24 hours later, but the thing is, like, you know, computers, guys, technology, there's always errors, sometimes mistakes happens. Like tomorrow, if I check my SEFQ account, hey, Chris, now your account is negative $20,000. First, I'm going to be like, okay, somebody fucked up. Well, why would my account be negative 20? It's not going to be like, Elliot Jr., before the same thing happens, I'm going to fucking go drink that, I'm going to go eat those fucking 10 Tide Pods and end it all. I'm sorry. It's like, you know, but like, if you're going to, 20 years old, man,
I'd call
like.
you a Zoomer. Like, okay, you fucking Zoomer.
It's like, but no, I mean, I don't mean to sound callous about that, but it's like, it was obviously fucking a computer, because you wondered, how could this happen? It's obviously a fucking computer glitch, and then within 24 hours, they sent you an email saying, hey, listen, there was an error, we fixed it. That's it. So it's like, at 20 years old, like, you know, if something did happen and stuff too, your first, like, thing is to panic and fucking kill yourself over a computer error? Like, it's just, I mean, goddamn, it's not like there's been a lot more bad things can happen in your fucking life than a computer error and shit. And, but, like, now the parents, they're suing the fucking company for, like, you know, fucking negligence and stuff and wrongful death and this and that. Well, Robinhood made their computers fucked up. They didn't tell your kid to off himself. Like, sorry, man. Like, damn. May sound like an asshole, but shit.
Not really an asshole by saying the fact that he was too impatient to kill. He was too impatient to wait for an answer, and he just decided to off himself. Like, I mean, honestly, but you can't really tell people how to deal with every situation in their life either. No. Everybody deals with things a lot different. I mean, obviously to him it was the obvious extreme. So obviously the parents are going to go after the main source of his stress, even though nothing's really probably going to pan out of it, because, I mean, they did everything they were supposed to do. They reached out and very quickly and said they would get back to him, and the next day they did. So if he didn't want to wait for that, I mean, that's just how he handled that situation.
Because I had like yesterday, Selena, she had this issue with her debit card and the bank and stuff. She basically got on the phone. It's been like 5 weeks now, her no new debit card. She got on the fucking phone with KeyBank, took like an hour, like almost a fucking 90-minute phone call. Something happens, her phone number got messed up, a couple of numbers got crunched wrong. So it was a bunch of fucking clerical errors. She said, your new debit card will be here within 2 or 3 business days. Okay, cool, no problem. She wasn't like, Chris, my debit card isn't coming in the mail. Like, hand me that butcher knife, I'm gonna fucking slit my throat. Like, okay, so somebody made a clerical error. There's one fucking number. They got her phone number wrong. Something happened. She'll have a new debit card within 2 days. That's it. It's just like, yeah. It's just,
I think I'd have to read the terms of service of Robinhood to see what information. It's like if you're in the red, what can you expect to happen if you owe? Because if he got a message that he owed $170,000 within 2 days, that's some serious shit right there.
But which I get that, but again, just like the first thing, if I mean, maybe because I'm older and stuff, the first thing is like I said, if Seth Q sent me email tomorrow, Chris, you owe fucking for your checking account $25,000. I'm like, somebody fucked up.
I don't know. If I was 20 years old again and got a message like that and tried reaching out, suicide would be a possibility because you're at 20 years old, you're still a kid. Your brain hasn't fully formed. So 20-year-olds, why do you think kids in college continuously party? They don't know any better. They're kids. They're still growing up. Yeah,
but like Junior said, things they got back to them. Most companies will get back to you within a day or two. Within 24 hours, they got back to them. Like within Jesus Christ, like you died.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like it's like 24 hours. They got back to you. Listen, there was a mistake. We cleared up, no problem. But within 24 hours, your immediate response is just like, take my own fucking life. And I just feel like that's a person who's never had a life of controversy. That's a very privileged, perfect mom. It's like we've seen it every time a celebrity or anybody with a lot of money, and something happens where they lose their fucking money, they panic and freak out and shit. And it's like, hey, how about going to get a job or go get a college education? No, you lived off a trust fund billionaire your entire life. You never fucking worked. You never had nothing to earn. You never strive for nothing. And something happens where like your trust fund's gone. Oh, I want to kill myself. You could get a fucking job like the rest of us. Like,
look at the crazy shit she started doing after her grandfather cut her out of his fortune.
So,
this is as an example, people. If you want to do investment, find a real person. Don't go through these apps because just go.
Which is the problem nowadays. Actually, everybody wants quick. Everybody wants this stuff tomorrow. Everyone wants today. Everyone wants fucking. Everyone wants they want to fucking invest $1,000 on Monday by fucking Friday. Like, hey, I made $1 million this fucking week because nobody wants to fucking earn shit. Everybody wants to now with this whole fucking GameStop situation. People just want I bought 20 shares in GameStop on Monday for $1,000, and by Friday it's worth $13 million fucking dollars and shit. Look what I did. And because God forbid you actually went out and fucking earned something.
Well, the good part is a lot of those people actually used it for something good, to pay off college, pay off medical bills. One guy paid off his mother's medical bill. One guy donated almost all of his stuff to children. And so some people are using it well.
Yeah.
And I think somebody made a comment like, when these random people you've never heard of help more people with their investments than you hear from big businesses who pay less taxes than these guys made in investments, something's wrong with this world. And I was like, that's pathetic.
Well, we've all known that though too. The thing is, like I said, the average fucking person, we're average, we help people and stuff, and when average Joe Blows give out more charity, give out fucking more, do goodwill than fucking billion-dollar corporations, it shows you we're fucking the fucking rich keep getting rich, they stay fucking rich, and it's and that's why and it sucks. But yeah, this article was a little bit fucking old, but I shared this to you, LA Action Group Chat. I'm not sure if you've seen this, and Carlton's good, but it's messed up. I am actually curious. I do want to see the 2021 version of this, but it probably takes time to update. But this came from The Guardian, and it's a couple years old, but still. And this came from fucking 2016. Mind you, 5 years have passed by. It's probably even fucking worse. But, Carlton just sent, anyway. What the hell's Carlton saying? He's texting us. But, yeah, so this just, to me, just shows how bad fucking things are with the economy. And I can imagine if this was in 2016, what it would be now. But it says that the richest 62 people, as wealthy as half of the world's population, says Oxfam. Charity says that only higher wages, crackdown on tax dodging, big shock there, and higher investment in public services can stop the divide widening. And I thought about that and just break that down from a number standpoint, that if 60 people across the planet, and he said not American, not England, not Australian, but like a global population, that's the 60 richest fucking people have more wealth than half of our fucking species. If anybody doesn't see the issue with that and the wage gap and imbalance, and I'm not sure what to fucking tell you, but goddamn, man.
I don't really see an issue with it. I'm not even gonna lie. I just shrug my shoulders because I'm just gonna keep making my money.
Yeah. Boy, they're saying that the wealth of the poorest 50% dropped by 41% between 2010 and 2015, despite an income increase in the global population of 400 million. In the same period, the wealth of the richest 62 people increased by 500 billion to 1.6 trillion. Jesus Christ, man. It says, but yeah, Mark Goldring, the Oxfam chief executive, said that it is simply unacceptable that the poorest half of the world population owns no more than a small group of the global super rich. So few, you could fit all of them in a stagecoach or in a single coach. Yep.
Good.
It says world leaders concerned about the escalating inequality crisis has so far not translated into concrete action, but it's just fucked up that, it's just, you can fit 60 people in this house right here are still worth more money than half of our fucking species. Like, god damn, guys, like, I mean, what the fuck do you say to that? Like,
there's plenty you can say that. So
who's
gonna listen?
Yeah, well,
that's the problem.
I mean, fuck the fact that our global population, we're at least fucking seven fucking billion people and stuff, and 60 people are still fucking worth more money than fucking almost 4 billion people combined. Like, I don't. Yeah, wow.
Yep.
The
government's not going to do anything about it because those 62 people run things because it's all about money.
It's really funny you say that because everybody's been talking about this shadow cabal that is controlling everything under our noses, and we just refuse to pay attention to it.
Yeah, because they distract us with Trump's second impeachment trial. They distract us with things that doesn't make a difference. Trump's out of office. Why have a second impeachment trial so he can't run again? Okay, I guess, but it's just the fact that it's
lazy.
It's just it's such a stupid distraction that it's not even something that I'm even looking at. Like, I see it on my internet thing, I just immediately just say discard this, don't care about it. Like, literally, they have an option that says don't care about it, and I literally just discard everything. The only thing that's on my home screen is about video games and the economy, and that's it. I don't care about what's going on in the political world because they all get along with each other. None of them hate each other. They're having lunch with each other. They're all laughing together. They're all fucking giddy outside the office together. They don't give a flying fuck about us. Why talk? It's just like, and the same thing with celebrities. Celebrities don't give a fuck about us either. They don't. They're living in their own fucking world. The only people that they talk to and that they have connections with is people that are just as rich as they are. They don't give a fuck. So it's just like when we do things like live our life according to how people do things and stuff like that, it's just pointless. Like when Cardi B was going around rubbing this fat guy's belly, and it says, "Oh, that fat guys are in now, right?" So now that. So now it's just going to be so many girls hopping on the fat guy train because Cardi B said fat guys are in. It's just it's one of those things where it's just like no matter what you say or what you do, people allow other certain people's words to affect them who contribute little to nothing to society. Yeah. And it's just it is what it is. I mean, the only thing you can do is to get people to listen to us, to hear these things and to argue these points with us by, research and things like that. I've done plenty of research. I've literally just sat here and wrote 4.5 pages of stuff in less than 10 minutes. I literally have just sat there and just literally done. I have found all of the answers to the economic crisis and what they're not going to do about it, but I've literally found the answer to what could fix the economy, but they still wouldn't do it anyway. No. So it's like I've done all the research and stuff like that, and as of 2021, the livable wage salary has been done. and as of now, in 2021, I wrote down all 50 states of the livable wage of how it's calculated too.
Okay.
The livable wage calculator was created in 2004 after the first recession by a person named Dr. Amy K. Glassmere from the Massachusetts Institute of Technology.
Okay.
Another website called Zappia, which is actually in their beta right now, the guy posted after all the information that was wrote. Now, out of all the states that have the most expensive cost of living, as of right now, it's Hawaii at $61,000 a year.
What? Why?
The average livable salary, the average salary in America is $63,270 as of 2019. So give or take 5% of that over the course of the last 5 years, because as of COVID-19 has been happening, significant amount of people have been making a lot more money, especially part-time workers. So the least expensive place to live is Kentucky at $43,000 a year. Now, how is all these things calculated? The livable wage is calculated based on bills, based on other things and stuff like that. Like, it's based on a lot of categories that they put it in, housing being the most expensive. So with that being said, New York is sitting tied for third with another state, and I have it written down here. I didn't write it down necessarily in order, but it's tied with another state at $59,000 a year.
Did you see this? Well, this came from worldpopulationreview.com. They have the same list you're talking about right there. But
yeah. But there's another site that has that, but the livable wage calculator is a real thing, and it was calculated at the end of the recession. Wow. The first calculation was done at the end of the first recession. This is as of 2021.
Yeah.
That New York is sitting at $59,000 a year for a livable wage. I made $29,370 last year. So I make not even 50% of the livable wage.
That's bad. Fuck.
So that's as of last year when I got laid off and stuff like that. And I didn't get unemployment for almost a month. So I lost a lot of money from the unemployment thing. And I also lost a lot of money from my job. I flat out didn't get paid for almost a month. So that's without me getting paid for a month. So I probably would be sitting at just over 32,000. So I'm still at 55% of the livable wage in New York State. In order to pay everybody a livable wage in New York State, this is from every corporation of everything, they would literally have to take an average of 13.2% of their company profits to pay every single person in America, and it varies by state, a livable wage. Only 13.2% on average of their profits. Profits. Everybody's already paid. This is profits to pay everybody a livable wage.
Yeah.
And only one of the top 4 states come close to the average salary of the United States at $62,370. I said this before and I'll say this again. When you have the livable wage is on average 80% of the average salary. That is the livable wage. A significant portion of America makes less than a livable wage. Never mind the average wage of America, but the livable wage in America. This is the biggest problem of them all. The biggest problem of them all is that we see this and people would think like, well, if people had more money to spend, people wouldn't spend it on anything productive. That is Mitch McConnell's mindset and why he's not going to bump up the livable wage. Here's the minimum wage. Here's the problem. The biggest problem of them all is the fact that when you have people of that mindset that say, well, who kind of determine how you can spend your money, that's when it becomes the biggest problem. For example, when the $2,000 stimulus check got denied by former Majority Leader Mitch McConnell, he said, hey, I don't want the wrong Americans to get $2,000. But you had no problem giving billionaires millions out of the stimulus package. Yeah. You had no problem sending $251 million to military organizations. soldiers don't get paid any more money than they already do. Soldiers make less than a livable wage. I want people to let that sink in. There are soldiers who die for this country that make less than a livable wage. Let that make sense to you. But they can spend $21 trillion in all these military expenses and think that only raising minimum wage is going to affect inflation. No, that's the sort of thing that affects inflation more than anything, is spending unnecessary money. The fact that you gave money to these states and they don't use them. Richmond, Virginia is one of the prime examples. There's a county that's there that gave their people, he literally gave their people $59 million, and there's $38 million that's unaccounted for. But a third of the businesses is closed down throughout the country. All around the entire country, states have been giving a significant margin of money to help small businesses, but yet a third of them still closed down permanently. While almost half of them closed temporarily, 31% closed permanently. Again, we look at so many things as being an issue. We look at so many things as being, a thing. But when we don't look at the immediate problem in front of us because we look at what media tells us, it becomes a problem. This is my biggest gripe with the population in America, is that people who are comfortable are only looking at CNN and only looking at the actual news and things that's happening and not wondering why people are losing their goddamn minds. It's like, if you pay people a livable wage, you froze inflation for a presidential term. These are things that the government is perfectly capable of doing. There is no doubt in my mind the government can do whatever the hell they want. There is no doubt in my mind that they can sit there and freeze inflation, lower tariffs, get product in this country, get people the ability to sell, to spend their money. And I'm not saying that, you deserve, as a person making $59,000 a year, and I'm just going to go according to the livable wage here, there's no reason that you should be able to live like a millionaire. I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is, if you're working 40 hours a week, you should be able to pay your bills and not have to worry about the next check. You should be able to pay your bills and be comfortable. You should be able to pay your bills and save money and invest and let money come to you. Why do they only want to let 1.3% of the population let money come to them? Why can't we let money come to us? And that's all these hedge funds and stuff like that got attacked during this, quote, attacked during this whole Wall Street scenario. What kills me is the fact that they literally sat there and they said, they were making laws and they literally put legislation in place. And less than 48 hours after that happened, they put legislation in place, barring people like us from being able to have any sort of access to something like that. Yeah. And that is the scariest part, is that within 48 hours, they stopped us trying to take over to restore something that they don't care to restore. That's that's the scary part that nobody tries to see.
Quick question. Hedge funds are tied with government parties, right?
Yes.
This is the money that they repay in case a business loses too much, right?
Yes.
Okay, so then I was right, Chris. Pelosi and people like that want to protect this money because these are the same people that helped them stay in office for 30, 40, 50 years so that they can... they're tax exempt. So I was right on the way back. We were talking about this a little bit, but you have to always fact check stuff because one person or two, three people may say it, but some of the information could be wrong.
Okay, so a hedge fund, a pooled investment fund that trades in relatively liquid assets, stock market, and is able to make extensive use of more complex trading, portfolio construction, and risk management techniques to improve performance, such as short selling, leverage, and derivatives. Financial regulators generally restrict hedge fund marketing except for institutional investors. Now, institutional investors, what is that? Institutional investors are obviously people who put these politicians in office. institutional investors are people. This is basically just a fancy way of saying that, bitch, you're not touching my money. Like, that's what a hedge fund is. Hedge fund actually is something that's actually frowned upon for the economy. It's actually not even good for the economy to really have a hedge fund. It's not even good for the economy because that's just money that you can just throw away because somebody makes a mistake.
Yeah.
So it's
throw away.
Yeah, throw away.
Quote unquote.
Yeah. When people say that, I think this one guy, his name is Joel Benedict. First of all, he's my longtime friend. Second of all, he has done so much research on government atrocities over the past 5 years. I literally just look at this man's post on Facebook and how much research that he's done, and it's scary what he talks about. Like, it's literally scary what he says. And one of the things that he says that got to me was the fact that it was just like, he summed it up so fast. Was something that he put together. He did his investigation. He summed it up in 3 sentences. You know that if legislation came out about these hedge funds and everything that got attacked over when GameStop came out in just under 48 hours, it comes to show you, not even with the actions of COVID, it just comes to show you just how little these guys care to have us succeed. We're only number one in economics because a large percentage of those 62 people that are worth more than half the world's population is residing here in the United States. Their money is protected here. Their money is protected here. Their money is safe here because they don't have to pay taxes, because they'll just give money to their friends that's sitting in office that's governing us to protect their money. I'm like, when you have $10.8 billion in profits, let me explain to you what profits is, people, in case you don't know basic economics. Profit is money that you have made after paying everything, include every single expense and that's including the CEO. Everything is paid off. It is a profit. So when you made $10.8 billion in profits, $21.8 billion in profits, $558 million in profits, and you have so little associates working for you that you only have to spend a fifth of your profits to pay them a livable wage, and you can't do it.
Yeah.
It just comes to show you how little they care about the American people, how little that they don't put the information out there that at least 2/3 of America don't even make a livable wage, not even the average wage, a livable wage. And again, this was calculated by this was calculated by an economics professor at MIT, Massachusetts Institute of Technology. I don't understand how, when people do this sort of research and they put it forward, you're a conspiracy theorist. And that is how you're looked at. That's how people like us are going to be looked at for putting this information out there. Kentucky is the state that costs the least to live in, is the poorest state, has on the research that I've done on Kentucky is that they have some of the lowest scores in schools in Kentucky. And guess who is the Senate leader of Kentucky? Mitch McConnell. So people aren't intelligent down there. They're not even intelligent.
Frog guy.
They're just putting somebody in office that, he looks like he's doing something. So why not?
He's just not. He has 1 foot in a grave. Well, what we told you today, ladies and gentlemen.
I don't want the wrong Americans to have $2,000 because I feel like they're not going to be responsible with it. So Kanye West is So what's Kanye West? Because he needed $8 million in 2 stimulus checks as a billionaire. So he's not. He's perfectly responsible. So let me get that straight. He's perfectly responsible to get $8 million in 2 stimulus packages, right? When other people in America could have just got. You know what's funny? This is what kills me. This is what kills me the most. I've been waiting to talk about this shit. This is what absolutely kills me the most. It's like people will talk about these unemployment benefits and how much we have billions of dollars of unemployment fraud, and the fact that when you file your taxes, by the way, you're going to be paying the state. Chances are you're going to be paying the state if you have taken any sort of unemployment, because they don't take enough taxes out of your unemployment, so you're going to have to pay some of that back. I actually owe the state $42. Now, that's not a lot, but I never used to owe the state. In the 13 years that I filed taxes, I never owed the state, right? So let's already get that. So I haven't been claimed as a dependent for 13 years. So, and I'm 32 years old. So since I was 19 and I first started filing my taxes, I've never owed the state until last year. So unemployment does affect, and it's largely it's substantial how much it affects it as well of your state tax return. So that's in case anybody wanted to know any information about doing your taxes. And your federal is also affected as well. Your federal is affected as well, but not as much. I think like 40% of your federal is affected. There's a lot that a lot of people don't even understand about what's going on. And the funniest part about everything that's happening is we're so ignorant to all of this stuff because we look at these stupid issues that's happening now. Like we look at, you're just a conspiracy theorist. You don't know what you're talking about. Increasing minimum wage is going to cause inflation. How is increasing minimum wage going to cause inflation when there was already 2 recessions that happened in America? There's 2 recessions that caused products and everything to go up. The average price for a gallon of milk in this country is $6.39 a gallon. Minimum wage was $7.25.
Yeah.
So you have to work 51 minutes for a gallon of milk. Make that make sense to me.
So I think I'll play a little bit devil's advocate and stuff. Is just like only in the sense that like, okay, so like you were saying with Mitch McConnell, I get that. Like, you know, only the government is fucked up and they give the wrong people money. But I've said this since like episode 1, is that like it seems like fucking bad people we're just as fucking bad. Like we just read an article. This woman got $13,000 for a GoFundMe because she's a total jackass and put fucking glue in her hair. Now that 13 grand, imagine if they went to a fucking actual family or business that could really use that shit. But these same people that would give this dumb cunt fucking money for Gorilla Gluing her hair, these people won't give a fucking penny to a mother or a father or somebody with cancer. Just like, you know, a million different things that people who need this shit. And it makes me like pissed off. Like, you know, if Christina said, hey, Chris, I need $100 to buy Christian school clothes. Okay, cool. Here's $100 fucking dollars. Then I find out, well, I spent $10 on our son and $90 on a new purse. Well, I give you $100 to fucking take care of our kid. Well, you know, things so-and-so. No, you spent $100 on my fucking kid.
I'm working
it's like,
on myself.
Yeah, but it's just like, it is this fucked up thing. It's just like, you know, it's hard because, like, you know, they want to give us, you know, but we're hoping to get a full $2,000. We got $600 so far. We'll say, who knows? But for argument's sake, say for instance, everybody did get an extra $1,400, and you figure out of that $1,400, I know for me personally, you know, I got real fucking bills to pay. You got bills to pay. Elliot has bills to pay. Most people got fucking rent, food, whatever the case may be. But in how many people claim they need this fucking money so bad? Out of that $1,400, how much of that $1,400 do they actually spend on real fucking bills? And how much of that money goes to pure bullshit? And it's like, that is a controversy we've had even since episode 1. It's like, what's a necessity, what's not a necessity? But still, like, I get tired of people fucking hearing, like, I hear it all the fucking time. Like, I have no money for food. I have no money for fucking drinks, for blah, blah, but you can smoke fucking 2 packs of cigarettes a day. Obviously, you got fucking money because cigarettes, last time I checked, ain't free. Like, no. Well, I can't fucking afford bus fare. I can't fucking afford a car, but you can smoke 3 packs of cigarettes a day. Or you can fucking afford to buy Jack Daniels every damn night. So it's like, you know, just playing devil's advocate for what you're changing. I 100% agree that, you know, yeah, giving some scumbag like fucking Connie $8 million when he's a billionaire is fucked up. But then again, seeing some guy eats Tide Pods and gets $100,000 in GoFundMe because he eats fucking Tide Pods, that's just as fucking stupid too. So it's like, I mean, are we any fucking better than the government? That's the scary part.
The loud minority isn't. You got to understand that the majority of the people, we are such the silent majority. The silent majority has been silenced. We can't speak up and say that we're not these people because we are automatically categorized as the assholes who do dumb shit. We look at what's going on. Let me just look at what's going on. The silent majority to every aspect in this country has changed it for the worse. The silent majority that damaged $1 billion worth of property damage. The silent majority,
I'll talk about that.
The loud majority who has just done just absolute, like the domestic terrorism caused by Proud Boys in South Carolina when Trump first got into office, when those black people got beat up and there was torches being lit down the street.
Are you serious? And we're going back to those days?
No, let's talk about it. I'm going to keep going. Like, it's just, but look at that though.
Because everybody, because you see, and a lot of these people are like, yeah, we're making the world a better place. We're growing. We're progressive. I'm like, people with fucking torches will give some asshole a pitchfork. Let's go back to Frankenstein days. We're de-evolving. We're not evolving. We're not being progressive. We're being regressive.
And the biggest reason for that is because of the fact that the reason that we're regressing for is technology. I hate to say it, but it's honestly technology. And it's not regression from like from the American dream standpoint. It's not regression from that. It's regression on people's mindsets. It's regression on intelligence. It's regression on doing actual. People are so biased because they look at their phone and they see something on their phone and they believe that to be an unsubstantiated truth. They don't look up things. They don't see anything. They just say, hey, look, this is what it says on my phone. And it could be the most uncredible, the least credible website in the world, the least credible thing you can ever see. But because you see that on your phone, it was, it's the truth. You know what I'm saying? People are so clouded by what they initially see and they don't do enough research. Yeah. Like literally, I sat here and wrote down, I looked up 7 different websites in under 15 minutes, generated 3 pages of nothing but information that I just wrote up. Yeah. It's so simple to just look shit up and know what the fuck you're talking about. And these people don't. Like, that's just what it is. And those people are the ones that speak. The people that don't know what the fuck they're talking about are the ones speaking. Look at the people in office. Look at the fucking Democrats. You know, I've saw something on Facebook and I literally lost my shit today. It was like President Trump is getting impeached for something he said. But when somebody else posted what Democrats were saying, it's taken out of context. Wait the fuck a minute. Wait a minute. Just because somebody is saying something and you took it out of context doesn't mean somebody else says something. Like when AOC says, oh, if I was a protester, I would still be out there ranting and raving. Wait a minute. Yeah. But you say that, but you're defending, but at the time you're defending Black Lives Matter and that's okay. But if President Trump says, I see that you guys have a powerful voice because you really feel like I should still be the president. Now he's inciting a riot. But riots weren't incited when Democrats were on the Black Lives Matter side of creating $1 billion worth of property damage and killing 17 people.
That number jumped to nearly 30 because they found the charred corpses in some buildings.
You know, it's so funny though. It's like when the riots were happening and stuff, people were kept saying, "Oh, well, it's just fucking property damage." Okay, it's just property damage. I get that and stuff. And lives can't be replaced. Property damage can be repaired. So when a bunch of people fucking stormed the Capitol, right? What happened? It's just property, guys. Can't they be repaired? So it's like, it's funny how it's terrorism. Oh, it's things. They're trying to take things down. Blah blah. They fucking looted. They didn't fucking loot, vandalized. They did a bullshit protest.
They did loot.
Yeah.
But there was some damage, was some looting. But like, did they do $1 billion worth of damage though? You know,
they did a couple 100,000.
Did you see how they're taking over DC now?
But that's the fuck point. But it's like when one side does it, now it's domestic terrorism. Yeah. When a different side does it, it's not that bad because it's just insurance will cover it. It's not that big of a deal.
Because who was supporting?
And Al said this shit.
Because Trump said a peaceful and patriotic protest. I watched the whole thing, and everyone's like, he called for violence. I was like, that was 1.8, roughly 2 miles away from where the Capitol was. And how did the riot start immediately after his speech ended when they were 2 miles away?
Yeah, but Al's missing on TikTok where they showed this one thing where it's like they caught a bunch of people and arrested people that were part of the Capitol riots, and none of them actually voted for Trump. Yeah, so it's like that right there shows you that there's opportunists, like, you know, there's opportunists all across the fucking board.
No, want to hear something scary? Someone planted pipe bombs at the DNC and the RNC the night before. They wanted to kill as many Democrats and Republicans as possible. The news didn't say anything. I found this on YouTube. Yeah, conspiracy theorists. Some dude planted pipe bombs where they thought Democrats and Republicans were going to gather. So Like, literally, the FBI found the pipe bombs and shit, too. I'm like, somebody wanted to just kill politicians. It didn't matter which side they were on. I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with people?
Well, I mean,
I'm against that. I'm going to say it now. Don't try to kill anybody, whether you agree with them or not. That's fucking insane.
Yeah.
That someone plotted to murder as many people as possible and nobody knows why.
Well, I mean, anybody, you can't really explain. You can't explain the criminal mind. You can't really dive into a criminal's mind and ask them why they do what they do. Like when you can go ahead and ask, you know, this guy that got arrested because he tried to rob somebody, and now he has a felony appearance ticket for armed robbery. Thanks, Cuomo. Anyway,
fucking bitch.
A felony appearance ticket for armed robbery. Like I don't even understand why that's even in the fucking vocabulary. But it's like I don't understand how that can even fit in a fucking sentence. But all right, but it's just like all right. This is why I can't drink today, because it's just like, holy fuck. Like, you can just look at how stupid shit is.
I
like,
gotta drink because how fucking stupid shit
bail
is.
reform is the dumbest shit in the fucking planet. Like, literally the stupidest shit in the fucking planet. There are violent offenders on the street.
Yeah.
And they're killing the people who testified against them.
So I do recommend this again. This Burnett's whipped cream.
Like, come on.
This whipped cream fucking vodka is really
without
good.
the whipped cream.
It's crazy. Like, it's crazy to me. Like, how you sit there and you do shit like that. You literally, the guy came out the police station, got on the bus, and he has a felony appearance ticket for armed robbery, and was talking about robbing my friend on the bus. And it was literally came out the police station, and he was gonna go do it the fuck again. Like, it's just like, what? Like, you're giving people a second chance to get away with it.
Yeah.
Like, I look at so much shit that's happening right now, and people want to just look at so much dumb shit. Like, I'm gonna tell you one thing that these guys looked at. I had to fucking take a picture of this because I was literally about to just be like, all right, enough is a fucking enough with this dumb shit.
I did pull up the article about the pipeline. I'm not sure how much you guys know about that, but this is a pretty big article, and I did want to cover the Keystone Pipeline because it was a pretty big topic of controversy, especially because it's costing people jobs. But you know, it's like depends how you take that. So
nature will just kill us all if we get out of place. So I'm not too worried.
I'll wait till Junior looks up his thing.
Oh man, so I can't actually find it now because I think I deleted it off my phone because I was about to break it.
Yeah.
But it was just like, I literally was just like, there was this girl that was obese.
Oh, God.
And she tried to sue a skinny person for verbal harassment.
You fat bitch.
Because she got denied going into Victoria's Secret.
Oh.
And I'm thinking to myself...
Wait, hold up. Say that again. I'm gonna look this shit up now.
I'm thinking to myself. I'm like, it was a story. It was really old. I don't know if it was still there or not, but it was in one of the things. I think I was yelling about dad to mom, and I think it just happened to pop up on my phone one time. It was a really old story that happened years ago, and I don't even know if it's even still up on the internet. It was just like it showed up in my phone. I wanted to take a screenshot of it. And I was just like, so you're fat shit. So you're mad because Victoria's Secret is everybody looks at Victoria's Secret models, and they're all skinny.
Well, the only article I find is just like is Victoria's Secret promoting obesity or reality, and Victoria's Secret plus size models, blah blah, and like, I mean, this will always become the controversy with the fat shaming and stuff, guys. And like, I just said like, Selena's like, Chris, I like the way you look, you're not that overweight, and I'm like. I appreciate honey and everything, but like, you know, call it what it is. Being fat, number one, it's not healthy by any fucking means. Like, you know, from type 2 diabetes to fucking sleep apnea to high cholesterol to fucking stroke, etc., etc. There's a difference between having some weight and being my 600 fucking pound life. Yeah. And that's like, you know, I'm not saying Victoria's Secret is promoting fucking obesity and stuff, but like, people gotta understand the fucking fact that most fat people don't live fucking long, productive, healthy fucking lives, and our bodies we have the highest obesity fucking rates in the fucking planet, guys, and we also have not the fucking best morality rate neither. So it's like, well,
But if you can make money on selling fat people lingerie, make money off of selling fat people lingerie.
It does get annoying though. It's like nowadays, it's like, I want to be a fucking slob and suck down 5 Whoppers a day and stuff, and then I want to wear a bikini, and you guys are fat shaming me. Well, also, you don't need to suck down 5 Whoppers a day there, fatty. Like, you could pick up a fucking salad and go fucking jogging. That could be a factor as well. Like,
don't send me no pictures of you in that fucking teeny bikini stuck between your fat rolls either.
I'm the first one to fucking say it. Like, right now, if I drop fucking 30 pounds, I'll want to take my shirt off. If I gain 30 pounds, my shirt's not coming off. That's the way it is. Like,
well, I mean, if you look at it like this too, it's like, that people look at Lizzo, and it's just like Lizzo is just, she's beautiful. They say Lizzo is beautiful, and I'm like, you're not. I'm sorry, but you're not. You're hideous and you're fucking huge.
How is it the clothes manage to become less the farther down her body you see? Like her fucking thigh rolls suck that shit up. That's not a camel toe. That's just thigh fat. Like
vacuum fat.
Here's my V, guys. You want to? Fuck no. I will pay you. Put on some pants.
Like the thing that kills me is that they find her beautiful, but Rick Ross needs to lose weight.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. But if I say Lizzo is fat and disgusting, I'm fat shaming all women. No. Because I'm fat and disgusting too.
Same here.
Yeah,
so I'm not about to sit there and fucking say, you know what I'm saying? Like, I can sit there and say that about myself.
But we're not going around wearing what she's wearing.
But I'm not going around with my fucking shirt off and touching my man titties in front of fucking people.
I'm not going out in Borat's man thumb.
I'm not in a fucking Speedo shaking my ass in a fucking basketball game.
Yeah, even like fucking Jen. Jen says Jen's got to get her bikini. But even fuck Selena. Selena makes jokes like it's mad at Chris. We talk about overweight and stuff and different bodies. Honey, she's like, first thing she said, Chris, by summer I want to get my bikini body back. Okay, but what's that mean? Well, I want to drop 10, 15 fucking pounds. So even you acknowledge, honey, the fact that, like, it's like most people aren't attracted to fucking fat. That's how it is. Like,
exactly. You're not attracted to fat people because they're fucking fat. It's not a matter of fat shaming. Yeah. It's just the fact that you're a fat piece of shit. You need to drop fucking weight, and it's not cute for you to be.
Knows it. Like, come on.
For your fat ass to be doing a split on a fucking basketball court. It's not cool. It's not funny. It's not attractive.
Honey, where did little Timmy go?
Yeah. It's like, what the fuck?
Yes, I mean, everyone does have a type and stuff. Like, actually, Selena showed earlier, she's like, she mentioned, like, Chris Farley, Jack Black, John Candy and stuff.
Chris Farley.
Yeah, but Jack Black is fucking hilarious and stuff, too. But let's be honest, guys. No one's shaking. Like, if Jack Black dropped fucking 40 pounds, he would get a lot more fucking praise for his looks if he dropped 40 pounds. That's just how it is. Shit. Chris Farley was one of the funniest fucking human beings ever walked the fucking planet. Nobody ever accused Chris Farley of being a sex symbol. That's just how it was. He was a funny ass son of a bitch, but he wasn't like a good looking fucking man. And I guarantee you, if he would have dropped half his fucking weight, he would have got a lot more fucking praise. That's life, guys. Like,
look at what happened to Adele. Look at what happened to Rebel Wilson. Yeah. They lost weight to get healthy, and people attacked them, death threats. Yeah. I think Lizzo said in one post, she was afraid of her health. She wanted to lose weight. Her fans attacked her to the point she had to make another thing like, oh yeah, I'm not shaming anybody, but my health isn't the best and stuff. I wasn't saying, like, stop pandering to the fucking crowd.
We said it before. Like, I've never fucking one time ever thought Adele was an ugly woman by any means. But I'm not gonna lie, when she dropped that fucking weight, I think she looks now 10 times fucking better. I just do. I'm sorry, but
I think all of her songs just make me fucking depressed, so I don't really have an opinion on her looks. She's just depressing.
Well, I'm just saying, but she's like, dropping the fucking weight, you look better when you drop weight. I mean, and also you feel better. Like I said, I when I drop more weight by the summer, you feel better. There's more energy. Like, no one's, you're gonna see my 600 fucking pound life. Their life is just sitting on the couch, going through fucking 5 or 6 friggin' pizzas, doing nothing, being unproductive. No one's 600 pounds and is productive. They're depressed. They're fucking miserable. They sit around and do fucking nothing. Sorry, but when you lose weight, you feel better. That's how
I'm not talking about those people. I'm talking about the people that walk around like they're actually attractive. And it's just like when they think that they're attractive and they think that, they're promoting something. You're not promoting anything but the fact that you're fat. And what you're doing, it's not okay. Because it's not okay for me. Because I'm not going to, my fat ass is not going to be walking around here borderline fucking naked like you are. wearing a fucking Speedo, rubbing my fucking stomach
Very nice.
with my nuts hanging out to the fucking side, you know, thinking that shit is fucking attractive because it's not.
Like our friend Mark, I want to be 40 with a gut.
Yeah,
it's too late for that.
he should do the truffle shuffle. Let's put that shit on TikTok and make money. Mark, do the truffle shuffle. I'll give you a Snickers. This is good enough.
I posted those pictures on group chat because I was so serious. Like, those were literally my faces when he was talking that shit. But I'm just like, I just,
you gotta laugh.
It's just, you know, we're 50 episodes into this podcast, and it's been going forward. I definitely want to do things. Like, I definitely want to start having.
It's been fun.
The announcement that I want to make is that I'm definitely going to have some merchandise for this podcast soon. I'm going to get t-shirts, hoodies, hats, and stuff like that. I'm actually looking to once I actually get the product made, because at first I'm going to have to pay money for the shirts and stuff.
The main thing is just getting us more listeners. That's the hard part.
Well, once we actually start getting merchandise out there, people would want to listen to us because they'd be like, what is this shirt for? And people would say, this is a podcast. Yeah. And they made their own merchandise. Now, once you start getting into that, and once you start getting more listeners, you start getting more people, you can start talking about sponsors. But
yeah, you're right.
Once all that is said, but that's why I want to talk about. That's why I'm coming out with merchandise soon, because I'm gonna start, you know, building together some ideas right now. I already have a couple of things drawn out. I have an artist that's working on a design, for t-shirts and stuff. So I might not be in a few episodes of the podcast going forward, but I'll be doing a lot of work for the podcast.
Like, our main thing is fucking Facebook getting a business, basically a business fucking setup for Facebook, because Facebook you can fucking pay to promote it and stuff. Then once you promote it, that'll get more awareness and stuff to it. So,
well, it doesn't necessarily have to be through Facebook. Something like just posting a picture on Facebook and then posting the group's podcast page, and say to get more
people to the podcast page, because like that's a fan page. To get an official page, we got to fucking like promote it and stuff. Because like the current page we have, we can't promote because it's not a business fucking page. Yeah, we have to get a business page going.
But you can still tell people to tune into these episodes, and you can still tell people, you know what I'm saying, get other people to listen and stuff like that. And they can share things from outside the group, so you can still do other things. But it's just merchandise is what's really going to get us out there faster, because people will see like, oh shit, these guys are legit. They're on all these platforms. They got merchandise, you know, and stuff like that. And I mean, it's something that I'm definitely going to be doing, and something that I'm going to be working on. I'm just moving right now in the next couple of weeks, so I'm still cleaning out. I'm still, you know, cleaning out where I'm staying right now, just so I could be done with it.
I figured it's like, you know, I'm glad you and Elliot are here and stuff, and wish Al could be here, but, you know, he was busy and stuff. But, like, you know, the fact that we fucking made it to 50, like, that in itself is a fucking accomplishment. Like, when you meet Al sat here in this old basement fucking floor with just 3 microphones and shit, like, and, you know, hey, we made it 50. But, like, definitely even seen people on the Buzzsprout thing on Facebook. It's like, it's like, you know, we even said this, that I don't plan on the first even 50. We're not going to make, like, big mega stars within the first 50 episodes. It's going to take time. It's a long journey and shit. But, like, you know, we'll see what happens. Where it's the podcast market, because of COVID, is a fucking hard market to go through. Again, when everybody, like, you know, we keep hearing, hey guys, now Jack Black has a podcast. Well, fuck, like, it's like, or the Cardi, whatever. It's like, you know, fucking Lizzo has a podcast. Like, kind of hard to compete with these fucking people. Sarah Silverman has a podcast. Like, son of a bitch, man. Like, I love Steven Crowder, but Steven Crowder's got a podcast. It's like these people, they're big names and stuff too. We're just assholes in a basement drinking fucking whipped cream vodka. Like,
I watch his morning shows a lot. Like, I'll be doing work and I'll be watching his morning shows. I fucking love him.
Yeah. Steven Crowder is definitely somebody with a high amount of intellect, and he's definitely somebody that has done his research on just about every topic that he argues about.
That's what I like him
The only problem, and it's not even a problem with him, it's just this is what comes with the problem of the ignorant Americans that talk to him about these things, is the fact that, once again, they live their life through their unsubstantiated truths. They live their lives through truth. The truths that they have adjusted themselves to be is the truths that they believe are true with doing little to no research. They believe that these things are true, and the things that Steven Crowder is saying isn't. But it's just like, these are things that he actually researches before he says it. He does not go out and talk about anything off the fly.
No.
He already has pages upon pages upon pages of research written down for everything that he talks about.
That's what I like him for.
Yeah. And it's just like people can't stand the truth. People don't want to hear the truth. They want their words to be conveyed as the truth. My sister, who will not be named for safety of her job, because what I'm about to say is going to be crazy, right? Steven Crowder mentioned one time that there are 2 genders, right? Ooh. And then it was a deep topic, a deep conversation, a deep topic, right? A lot of people had a lot to say about it. There was people that called him a dickhead and that he's a piece of shit, that he's a scumbag because he presented information, right? Because his eyes physically saw a woman, but she didn't want to be perceived or identified as one, okay? So my sister works at this job where this girl says that, yes, I am a woman, and she acknowledges that, but she wants to be identified as non-binary. 2 months later, she said, no, I don't want to be non-binary. I want to be identified as a man now. So wait a minute. So let me get this straight. At any point in time, you can just pick and choose what you want to identify as.
Yeah.
And we just have to call you that.
Yeah.
It's not just one thing or another. It's, oh, I pick to identify as this now. So now you have to respect that. Mm-hmm. So dialogue changes with you as your brain just adjusts or to whatever clock that you're on to say, I want to identify as this. And if you can't admit that it's a mental issue, then you're part of the problem as well. Because you can literally sit there and say, and that's part of my problem. Honestly, whatever you want to identify yourself as, whatever, go the fuck ahead. If you no longer want to be a fucking woman and you want to be a guy, even though you're still a fucking woman at the end of the day, no matter what physical changes you do to yourself, because you can't change fucking DNA, you know? So it is just like your brain, if you're a woman and you say, nope, I'm not a woman, that's your brain fucking up right there. There's nothing else to say to that. Your brain fucked up right there. Like, there's to tell me in my face, I'm looking at you, you are physically a woman, and you're looking at me now and saying, I'm not a woman. Your brain is fucked. There is no way around that. You have a legitimate mental disorder. Something in your brain just told you to tell me you're not a woman when you clearly are.
I'm laughing because I joined a Facebook group. It's called the Original Wrong-Ins, and it shows a picture. It's like doctor's like, excuse me, sir. It's like, well, it's ma'am. It's like, okay, ma'am, you have testicular cancer.
Yeah,
luck is for D.
Yeah, but
it's ma'am. Well, excuse me, ma'am, you got prostate cancer.
Yeah. So no. The thing that kills me, right, is when they said that a trans man gave birth. So don't say that. So then the meme said, don't say men can't give birth. I said, oh, I got news for you, douchebag. I'm a fucking biological man, and guess what? I can't pop out fucking babies.
Well, I sent this out about 10 days ago. It was a TikTok video. It just popped up because, like, I'll send me TikTok stuff, and I click on it, and it says recommended. And it was this fucking trans person. Again, guys, I don't care what you fucking do. What I hate, though, it's like, if Junior would sit there, obviously fucking Junior's multiracial and stuff, but like, if you're a fucking black guy and you come out there and you talk to a white girl and she goes, I'm not into you, oh, you're racist. She's not racist, asshole. She's not fucking into you. So this trans person was obviously a fucking girl, but she goes to this whole like, well, cis white fucking males, if you don't want to date me, so it's obviously a fucking guy, but it identifies as a woman. Well, if you don't want to date me because it's white privilege and stuff and you're phobic and you hate people, blah, blah. It's like, again, I'm not phobic. I hate the fucking whole agenda. It's like, I don't want to have sex with a biological fucking male, okay? I'm having sex with Selena. The sex is fucking fantastic, okay? Nothing, your penis and balls does not match her vagina, okay? And I've seen the surgery. Well, I've not seen the surgery. I read up on the surgery.
South Park showed the surgery. It's when Mr. Garrison became like, Mrs. Garrison. I was in tears fucking laughing.
Call it what it is, fucking guys. What the surgery is, it's like all three of us are fucking dudes. We can talk about this. They take your fucking dick, they split it in half like a hot dog, they cut your fucking balls up and shove your fucking dick back up inside you, okay? I'm not having sex with your penis, okay? That's gay. As simple as that.
Actually, it's not even a vagina. Like they said, it's a wound, because if they don't do specific things, it will close and try to heal itself.
This has been the fucking biggest issue with trans, that situation with the military. They get pissed off saying, well, trans people in the military is being subjective and stuff and bigoted, blah, blah. No, asshole. In a combat fucking zone, this is why if you are a diabetic, they do not want diabetics in a combat zone. There are certain situations, certain fucking times, if you're in Afghanistan and Iraq, whatever, they can't get insulin to you. It's impossible and stuff. Like Elliot was saying, this medication you're fucking taking, these guys who go undergo this fucking surgery, you need to take constant fucking medication because, like you're saying, cutting your fucking dick in half and sticking it back up inside you, your body's rejecting this as being a fucking wound. If you don't take medication, guess what the wound does? It closes up like any kind of fucking wound. It's basically taking a fucking cut and keeping a cut open for the rest of your goddamn fucking life.
It's a vagina. No, wait.
No, Elliot, before you say it, because I know you want to say it. This is a story that happened where this trans woman, this fucking man, was in UFC competing against other women because now they wanted shit to be integrated, right? Now the girl that fought the dude has a skull fracture and she was bleeding all over the fucking canvas. The dude beat the shit out of her. So I'm like, oh, but this is what you wanted. You wanted shit to be integrated, right? You wanted the same privileges for trans women. Well, look at this woman that got her ass whooped by this man.
Exactly.
This man beat the hell out of this woman. Like, literally beat her, like, almost to death. Like, literally, the entire right side of her face was covered in blood. Like, you hardly ever see that in UFC, especially when women fight. You hardly ever see their face covered in flat blood. Like, maybe welts and bruises and, like fucking...
Yeah, I saw the one. That dude looked disgusting.
Yeah. Called himself Fallon. Like, oh, okay, Tyler. So you wanted to beat the shit out of a woman because you were going to get your ass kicked if you actually competed with a man.
That's
it's
my
like,
opinion.
get the fuck out of here. Like, it's like, but you want to integrate this shit because you just want to look good for fucking public image. Fuck that shit. Just like when the fucking guy literally sat there. I forgot the dude's name. I want that shit looked up. I forgot the guy's name, but he literally transformed himself into a female, and then he competed in the Olympic sport with females, and he broke the world record.
Yep.
And they considered him doing it as a female. But it's like, that's not a fucking woman. That's a man that's competing with women. But the guys are 47% stronger upper body and 21% stronger lower body. We are immediately going, even at a woman's fastest, you're not as fast as Usain Bolt. Usain Bolt is the fastest human being on the planet.
Not to mention
no woman, no matter how much you train, is keeping up with that. So when, let's say Usain Bolt wants to become a woman, guess what the fuck happens then?
She's the Flash. It's the Flash.
Get the fuck out of here.
We said like right now, me and Selena, we're basically the same height. Like I'm at 225. Selena's probably about 130 and shit. Okay, we're the exact same fucking height. Okay, could you imagine Selena's body type if she gained 90 fucking pounds of what she would look like compared to me?
Yeah,
it wouldn't be a fucking comparison. She would just look like she would be more
overloaded balloon animal.
Yeah, she would be considered morbidly obese. It would be because it's like a 5'6" guy weighs 200 pounds versus a 5'6" woman who weighs 200 pounds. It's not even comparison. The body fucking types. Like people say all the time, Crystal. You see my fucking frame of clothes I wear. Like you only look like I'm 225. But I am 225. But a woman who is 5'6", over 200 pounds, it's very easily fucking noticeable and shit. It's not even a comparison. So it's like, because we have muscle mass, density, bone structure, etc. It's fucking the way the human genome is, guys. But this is my whole point. The whole TikTok thing is like, guys, I don't care what you do. Not all three of us, if Alistair, Carlton, Susan, Selena, whatever, nobody cares what you fucking do. But we get pissed off is this whole fuck when people hop on TikTok or Twitter or Facebook or Instagram and say, well, you know what? I'm a trans woman. If you don't date me, you're fucking phobic. No, dickhead. My girlfriend has a vagina, okay? You don't. You've got a fucking gaping womb between your legs. I'm not fucking a guy. Get over it, okay? I don't give a shit what you want to dress like. But don't call me fucking phobic or I'm bigoted or I'm a bad person because I don't want a guy sucking my dick, okay? My girlfriend sucks my dick. It's wonderful, okay? I don't want your guy lips around my fucking dick.
But wait, if he has long hair, how are you gonna know?
No, here's the thing that kills me, right? Here's the thing that kills me. What he actually said in the TikTok video is, if you don't date me, you're a homophobe. So you're
or a transphobe.
So no. He literally said homophobe. That's all he said.
Yes.
Yeah,
I
he
remember
only said homophobe. So you're acknowledging the fact that you're a guy.
Exactly.
You're acknowledging the fact that you're biologically a man. You just want to identify as a woman, but you're still calling me a homophobe. So if I don't want to fuck you because my sexual preference is different, how am I a phobe? Do you understand that phobe means fear?
I'm not afraid of them. They're 40% more likely to commit suicide. I'm not afraid for them. I'm not afraid of them.
It's like phobe is fear. I don't fear you. I don't want to have sex with you. I want to have sex with a biological woman. I'm sorry.
I don't want to have sex with an inside-out penis skin. It's like, hey, dude, is this my penis or your penis? Because your penis skin is on my dick. Dude, I'm fucking you with your own cock.
There's a lot more foreskin than I thought.
I didn't know I was this big. No, think of it. If it's literally an inside-out dick, you're literally wearing that dude's dick to fuck him with. Yeah. How did she... Anyway. Think about it. That's the realistic example. You're fucking him with his own dick.
Call it phobic. Okay, one day it said, I'm going to be fucking 40 years old. I've got a 13-year-old. I want to be a dad again one day. Guess what, bro? I'm not getting you pregnant. Simple as that. Okay, I want to get a woman fucking pregnant. Like, you can't get pregnant. Why? Because you don't have fucking ovaries.
You can't have a period. Yo, there was a meme that was on Facebook where it says, people can have periods. Well, I'm a part of people. I'm sorry, but I'm people. I'm a person. So, but I can't have periods. Why? Because I'm not a fucking woman. It was like, literally, it was these guys, it was these trans men that were women that now identify as men that were having periods. And they literally just had their fucking period blood on their pants and they took a fucking picture with it.
Oh, there were a bunch of old guys wearing all white clothing.
No, it wasn't old. It wasn't old. They were my age.
Yeah. Oh, I saw one where it was a bunch of old white guys who did that too. Oh.
Yeah. And it's like, people have periods. Like, no. Fuck out of here. So categorize these people for me, because I'm a person. I'm part of people. And last time I checked, I don't bleed.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or unless I take painkillers.
Maybe they took too many kidney shots.
I've had too many, but I'm moving on here. Let you top this on. So, how much you guys know about the fucking the Keystone Pipeline? So.
Oh, I don't know anything about that.
I'll let you read it because I'm backed up. Yeah. Biting.
I've had too much whipped cream.
I saw a video on TikTok of a man kind of crying because he supported Biden and lost his job.
I pulled up for Junior, so I'll let Junior take it over.
All right.
It's weird.
So it says, how many jobs are being lost after the order to stop the construction of the Keystone XL pipeline? How many jobs does he plan to create with his clean energy plan?
Yeah.
Okay. During his first day in office, President Biden signed several executive orders, including the axing of a project of a controversial Keystone XL pipeline. Now, in case you guys didn't notice about this pipeline caused a lot of controversy before it was actually approved.
That's what.
In case you didn't know, a lot of Native Americans got arrested, got maced, got harassed by other Americans,
hit with hoses. I think even as well.
Yup, they were harassed by other Americans. There was people with MAGA hats harassing Indians saying, go back to your own country.
I seen that.
This is their own country. You technically don't belong here, douchebag.
That was funny.
But anyway.
Tell Indian natives to go back to their own country.
Telling Native Americans to go back to their own country when this is their own country.
You fucking
We invaded it. Learn your fucking history, you stupid fucks. But anyway. So, though it was seen as a win for climate control advocates, because it is true, it was fucking up the environment. You're absolutely right. It's like those who oppose Biden's decision took to social media to express their frustrations over how many people are going to lose their jobs as a result. However, several of those posts are being flagged on Facebook for claiming the number of jobs lost is anywhere between 11,000 to 83,000 people. Is this true? The answer is yes and no. It says currently there is a pipeline running from Alberta, Canada to Steel City, Nebraska. The pipeline is the already existing Keystone pipeline that sends 550,000 barrels of oil from Alberta to Steel City. The 1,200-mile Keystone XL pipeline was designed to mirror that, but instead provide a direct route from the two cities and send 830,000 barrels a day. It says in 2010, the Canadian National Energy Board approved the pipeline's construction, but then President Barack Obama blocked the project, citing environmental issues. His successor, obviously former President Donald Trump, later overturned his order, citing the creation of jobs. It says, reporting that PolitiFact is reporting that only 1.2 miles of the pipeline were completed in Montana near the border before Biden signed his executive order. It says, how many people will lose their jobs? Several posts on Facebook are claiming that Biden's decision of axing the Keystone Pipeline is putting tens of thousands of people out of a job. These numbers range from 11,000 to 83,000. It says Ted Nugent is claiming 12,000 people are out of a job. It says, right off the bat, it said 28,000 was lost on the first day. It says, however, TC Energy Corp, the Canadian company that owns the pipeline, says 1,000 people will be out of work as a direct result. It says the company estimated about 10,400 U.S. jobs and 2,800 Canadian jobs would be created throughout the pipeline's construction, meaning only 1,000 of those projected jobs have been filled so far. It says the jobs are only temporary, only lasting a few months. Only 50 of the jobs will be permanent, with some based in Canada, according to the State Department report. However, when the company awarded more than $1.6 billion worth of contracts to 6 major union contractors in the U.S., the company said these contractors would be responsible for hiring 7,000 union workers in 2021. The release said with this addition, around 8,000 of 11,000 projected hires would be union workers. Long story short, we can verify that this claim of thousands of jobs lost is true. However, it can be misleading. A total of 1,000 people right now are out of a job, and there won't be another 10,000 hires because the construction of Keystone XL pipeline was axed. However, Biden hopes to create 10 million jobs through his clean energy plan in addition to 3 million jobs already in place. Basically, what that's saying is people are over-exaggerating the effect as of right now because people don't know exactly what's going on going forward because the clean energy plan has not been released to the public, so we don't know exactly what's going on to create more jobs. But in the aspect of that, though, it's like these clean energy plants, like all this wind and when they're using wind as energy and shit like that, is also powered by fucking oil, and that a lot of people didn't notice that neither. Yeah. But those turbines that you see like up in the Plattsburgh area, those are powered by oil. They're not powered by electricity or solar. They're powered by oil. So how much are you really going into clean energy? How much is this clean energy plan actually doing? Are you using less fossil fuels, or are you just flat out going to a whole different energy source altogether? Right? That I don't know because I didn't do any research on it. So I don't know that. But what I do know is Biden had a 61% approval rating in his first week in office. 61%. Not way better than Trump, but still not great.
I don't believe it.
I don't believe it either. I mean, they said 61%, but approval rating, but I think it's more half and half because, with a lot of people losing their jobs, of course, Biden's getting heavily criticized. Yeah. He already reneged on the $2,000 stimulus check. A lot of people did not agree with that. And the fact that he's reneging on it even further.
Yep.
So the fact that he's openly negotiating 1,000. So, I mean, $2,000 stimulus checks, it's like, what would that do for us right now? If I got $2,000, I'm putting 1,000 into a CD account automatically. I'm taking 1,000 out of my account and putting it into a CD account, immediately investing my money with the banks. If I can't have any access to these hedge funds because of the legislation they passed in 48 hours, then fuck it. I'm going to let my money come to me through banks. It's slower money, but it's still more money. I can still turn 1,000 into 55 grand but it'll be over a longer period of time. You know what I mean? The only thing that I'd be paying taxes on is the interest. So there's a lot of but that's a whole different discussion about investing your money and stuff like that.
The whole thing with the pipeline, from what like Al said, and overall though, it's just like eventually people can understand fossil fuels. We should have been off fossil fuels 100 years ago. Simple as that.
I wouldn't say that long. I wouldn't say that long. I'd probably say 20 years ago. definitely not 100 because
maybe.
I wouldn't even say that.
100 people didn't even have vehicles.
Exactly. So it was
Well, it's 2021 now. Cars though, the first cars were technically 1920 roughly, but just yeah. I mean, okay.
Yeah, but it was probably less than.
But it is scary.
0.5% of what cars we have now.
But the scary part with technology and fossil fuels, which people talked about, and just like I said, it's 2021. You figure if the first cars were coming around 1920, even 1930, look in just 100 years, how much we've seriously destroyed the fucking environment in just 100 fucking years. Like
but we've been destroying it since we were even born, setting fires and
but before that though, it's like you figure once fossil fuels and nuclear fucking fuels and everything came into fucking effect, that's when we started destroying the air, the fucking the water, the land and shit too. I'm just saying, like back in even the 1700s when they didn't fucking have fossil fuels, they weren't just like you could still drink water out of a fucking lake. Like unlike now, it's it's.
Well, the thing is about that is that they made it illegal for you to collect rainwater.
Yeah,
which I don't understand. I need to research on it and figure out why.
Well, because some places have acid rain, which you can't drink the fucking rainwater. It's how bad the fucking pollution's got because of fossil fuels. Like,
yeah.
So, but no, like even Al said, with the whole fucking pipeline situation is like, guys, eventually, whatever fucking jobs come clean air, fossil fuels, we gotta fucking get rid of it. It's simple as that. It hasn't happened. It's like,
Well, the Netherlands is technically the most technological advanced place in the world. I think it was the Netherlands.
Yeah.
And I know that it was like that a couple of years ago. I don't know if that's still the case, but they were the most technologically advanced, and they still did not have fully electric cars. So they still didn't have. I mean, they had like glow in the dark pavement, so people didn't fall asleep. But it was like a deterrent for people to fall asleep because it wouldn't be completely dark.
Yeah.
Something along the lines of being able to keep people awake and stuff like that.
I mean, the wind turbines, according to Google and stuff, they're saying lubricants and power. Like I put down, our wind turbines powered by oil. They're saying that you need gear oil to lubricate the gearbox. As grease is used on the main rotor shaft bearing, the pitch drives and stuff too. You need some fucking fuel. But they said it says how are wind turbines powered? Wind turbines are simple. It says the energy in the wind turns 2 or 3 propeller-like blades around a rotor. Then the rotor is connected to a main shaft, which spins to create electricity. So, but it's like to make them, you can't make them 100% without fucking oil-based products. But they're supposed to be considered, for overall clean energy and shit.
Yeah.
So
at what cost though? Because they're killing birds like it's nobody's business.
I mean, let's see. Are wind turbines killing birds? Birds. It says, okay, it is unfortunate that the wind energy has its own dark side. Thousands of birds and bats are killed annually by wind turbines. The U.S. Fish and Wildlife Services estimate between 140,000 and 500,000 bird deaths occur at wind farms each year. Damn. So.
Whose fault is it that they fly into them like an idiot?
Well, unfortunately, they put the wind turbines out away from cities where they fly back and forth migration patterns.
Yeah.
I mean, this is from Reeve or something.com, evwind.com. It says, the realities of bird and bat deaths by wind turbines. Wind is considered one of the cleanest means of harnessing energy. Unlike traditional power sources, wind energy is free of pollutants such as particle, methane, mercury, sulfur dioxide, and nitrogen oxides. No fuel is required for mining or drilling. Billions of gallons of water are not consumed during operation, and minimal amounts of waste are produced. As the worldwide demand for sustainable energy grows, thousands of turbines are installed each year. But the dark side, though, is it do cause bird and bat trauma. So,
fuck them. Fuck those birds.
No, we actually need them because of certain insects like locusts and all that, which would destroy farms across this country like never before.
They're saying just North America, tree bats comprise around 75% of bat species affected by turbines, which the hoary bats making up half of all fatalities. So according to the Journal of Biological Conservation, the bat population could be at risk of extinction due to mortality from wind turbines. Like large birds, bats are long-lived mammals with low reproductive potential, requiring a high adult survivorship to maintain population. Damn. So we're just saying that the population could be as much as 90% in the next 50 years. So, I mean, I don't know.
Like I said, there is no perfect solution to this.
But problem is, like, you know, it's like, but they're supposed to overall be saving us, like, you know, from polluting the fucking environment. So,
okay. But the thing is, the Earth literally heals itself. I remember when there was a hole in the ozone layer, I think in the 90s, and everyone was like, we're dead by 2020. We're not dead, and it healed itself.
True. And we're using fossil fuels more than ever.
If it gets too bad, this world will just kill us all. There are things as super volcanoes, and there are volcanoes under the sea, so I'm not too worried. Mother Nature can just wipe us all out while we're sleeping, and that's the end of it.
That's true.
That's when the sun will explode.
Well, I mean, there is one person that wants humans to be extinct because he hasn't touched one yet.
Yeah. I never felt a boob, but I did send dick pics.
Yep. He hasn't touched a woman, so he wants.
Well, no, that's not true. Remember, Sue was saying that he kept slapping her ass.
It was funny because, like, we had the other day in the car, I had Junior and Selena, and Junior was talking about a freckled pickle. And Selena was like, "That sounds nasty, a freckled pickle." Like,
yes, very disgusting and
a freckled pickle. God.
Yeah,
Mark. So, if you want, Ellie, this is your fucking thing. I can let you prep this up. So here you go. The 20-year-old. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, I'm drunk, but still, because Elliott's an asshole.
I keep up on this stupid bullshit social
This is why
stuff.
I'm saying though, you know, this is fucked up. Like, you know, the price of internet fucking fame and what these kids do to fucking be quote unquote internet famous. And like, I'm sorry, like, you know, maybe me, Elliot, and Junior, or anybody, we're callous, we're fucking dickheads, but like, I feel zero sympathy, man. If you want to be a prick and become YouTube famous or Instagram famous or TikTok famous and do stupid shit and you get fucking killed in the process, I don't feel bad for you. I just fucking don't. But I'll let Ellie take over. Here's the headline, boys and girls. This came from February 8th, 2021. 20-year-old YouTuber killed while filming quote-unquote prank by doing a robbery video in Nashville. Huh?
Yeah, I heard about this literally just yesterday, and I've been laughing about it since. I'm not going to say this kid's name. I don't know the full story, but the thing is, don't do these prank videos. You're not going to become famous, and sooner or later, someone's going to get killed. But this guy decided he wanted to rob people as a prank with butcher knives. I think he was dressed up. I'm not sure because some reports say he was, some say he wasn't. But he decided to rob these people who weren't apparently a part of it, and he got shot to death. Now, there are some reports that there's an audio where as he was dying, he was saying, "It was just a prank, bro." But I don't really put too much faith in that.
Yeah.
But this is showing how desperate people are to get into this Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, Facebook fad, is that these people are doing this crazy shit. This is not the time to be doing it. A 20-year-old is dead because he played a prank robbery on people and was shot dead. I believe, thankfully, the people who shot him aren't going to be in trouble because it wasn't their fault.
Yeah.
But if you decide you want to pull a prank like this, I will not feel any pity if you get shot dead right where you stand.
He deserved it. I'm going to flat out say it. He deserved it. I'm not even going to hold back.
He had real knives.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I'm not going to hold back. I'm not going to say anything. I'm literally going to say that he deserved it.
Tennessee man, I'm pulling different articles, killed after YouTube video prank goes wrong. It says he was killed after he approached a group of people with butcher knives as part of a prank robbery. Well, guess what? The fuckers you tried to fucking prank and had guns on them and shit. So, yeah.
And they were real bullets.
This is from NBCnews.com, guys. But it's like, you want to Google this stuff too. It's like, you know,
stop doing dumb shit for likes.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, yeah.
Like, honestly, that's just what it comes down to. Is stop doing stupid shit for likes and attention.
Did you a couple of months ago? Did you hear about the one chick on OnlyFans who had her profile deleted for pedophilia? not pedophilia, child pornography. Mm-hmm. She put up videos of herself as a baby running around naked.
We did that actually.
The one about her flashing it like butt naked, showing her ass and her vagina as a baby.
Yeah, we were saying that in the podcast. Actually, this woman she got in shit because we were talking to Al about that in Carlton because she tried defending and saying, well, it's me as a kid.
Oh, okay.
But this premise is like she's like, well, it's me as a kid, but like regardless if it's you yourself as a fucking kid, you're still showing pictures of a child, even if it's you, of a fucking naked 4-year-old. It's like that's still technically child porn, even if it's your fucking self, lady. It's like, Well,
see, it's getting too crazy because on Twitch there are women who are like flashing their tits and stuff or showing inappropriate pictures. It's becoming all so common that it's just my head hurts. Yeah. This is why I kind of avoid social media, but I'll be the first one like, man, did you hear about what this dipshit did?
I'm gonna find articles. Junior, this one was. I was actually talking to Celine about this, and her friend, her roommate, talked about this because she's like, "Chris, you hear about this article?" I'm like, "Yep," and I've been saying it for the podcast, and it's like I mentioned you, Elliot, because I said, you know what, guys, you listen to this podcast. My friend Elliot says this a lot, and I agree that you know what, guys. And I want to save it till like after an hour into the podcast. That Elliot said this. That truth is stranger than fiction. But you can't make this shit up, guys, sir, Junior. But sorry, guys. But the world is a dark fucking place, and I don't mean to bring these articles to drag anybody down. But the thing is, you can't also ignore these articles. And we try doing comedy stuff. Sometimes we gotta get serious, but this shit's pretty fucking deep. And I gave Junior my phone because I'm kind of like I'm 4 glasses into whipped cream fucking vodka, but like Junior.
Without the whipped cream.
Can take over. But it's like, guys, this shit, whether you want to believe it or fucking not, this goes on in our fucking backyard. And this is a dark story, but like, I want to bring awareness to this because like Elliot said, this shit's fucked up, and not talking about it doesn't negate the fact that this just happened a couple of days ago. So,
well,
man, it's dark.
These are all isolated scenarios that we talk about, though. Like this isn't like a
every
consistent
day.
Issue that goes crazy and stuff like that. These are isolated incidences that I read about. I mean, I'm going to read about it still, but these are isolated incidences. A West Virginia mom, allegedly upset over her husband's recent absence, fatally shot her 5 children and set the house on fire before turning the gun on herself.
Yeah, boy.
The Green Bear County Sheriff's Department on Thursday revealed 25-year-old Orana Antoinette Myers killed her 3 kids and 2 stepchildren on December 8th, then set their 2-story house on fire near Williamsburg, West Virginia, ablaze immediately after Myers shot herself, authorities said.
Yep.
The children has been identified. I'm not going to name all of them because that's just sad. Their ages between 1 and 7.
Yep.
Our moral fabric finds it unconscionable that a mother could harm her own children or take their life. The county sheriff said during a press conference announcing the 6 deaths were a result of a murder-suicide. Obviously, we can't determine why she chose to end her children and her own life, but this is what occurred. Says Sloan added that the grisly crime investigators found the notes were discovered inside a plastic bag that was duct taped to the passenger side family mirror, which had recently been involved in an accident. It says Myers' will and instructions on how to contact her husband and mother were also found in the bag. And one note titled, "My Confession." Myers said she shot all the boys in the head and set the house on fire.
Fuck.
I'm sorry, mental health is serious. I hope someday someone will help others like me. Mental health is not a joke. It says, when someone begs, pleads, cries out for help, please help them. You might just save a life or more lives. The authorities said Myers also left notes for her family and husband. In the note to her family, she said she was sorry for the children's death, describing them as no one's fault but her own. My demons won over. In the note to her husband, said, I'm so sorry, Brian. I was not strong enough for you or this family. I'm sorry for my evil crimes. I was not able to fight these demons. Sloan said Myers had not been previously treated for mental illnesses and there was no history of mistreatment involving children. CPS had never contacted the family. Said Myers' husband had been staying relatives before the murder-suicide. While the separation in part was meant to alleviate transportation issues during the week, text messages become the trouble, saying his absence has been a tremendous source of contention. One text message Sloan read aloud during a press conference. Myers warned her husband, "You'll have nothing to come back to but a corpse. No one cares. Why should I?" December 8th, Myers picked up 2 of her sons from a bus stop with a red line drawn across her face and the bridge of her nose underneath her eyes that went ear to ear.
Fuck.
About an hour later, emergency workers responded to a 911 call that Myers' home was engulfed in flames.
Yep.
A gut-wrenching obituary for 4 children, and the kids were collectively known as Team Shark. Sean, a second-grade student, well, that was one of the kids' name, interested in space who really wanted to be an astronaut. One of the kids was learning how to play piano and another instrument. The other one said they loved painting and superheroes. And the other one said spoiled by awe and loved driving his toy cars. Basically what this is just an example of somebody, and I'm going to say this, and I'm not going to hold back when I say this. This is somebody who couldn't take, the husband wanted a break. The husband did something happen with the wife and the husband dipped off. It could be, anything could happen in a marriage. Unhappiness or anything like that. But with no history, the thing that I read that was key to that was no history of mental illness.
Exactly.
So if there was no history of mental illness involved in this incident, that just means to me that you were so weak-willed in that moment that your husband left you that you just decided, hey, I'm going to shoot and kill these kids because I took care of what was mine and what wasn't mine. Yeah. And I'll be damned if he just leaves me with these 5 kids. So once she felt regret about what she did, she took her own life. But the initial decision to take those kids' life was premeditated for a while.
Especially
and you
if
can
you
clearly
wrote
tell
those fucking notes.
Yeah. Because you were so pissed off at him. So in all actuality, I don't feel sorry for her in the slightest fucking bit. She can rot in fucking hell. I hope her soul burns to a fucking crisp. And I hope that, I believe in reincarnation, and I hope she reincarnates to a fucking squirrel and gets ran over by a car.
My thing is, I have issue with the school as well and the husband. If he got messages like that, my ass would have drove there, calling the cops like, yo, I just got a text.
I need to take my kids away from her.
My fucking kids. And if these kids went to school with markers shit on their face, the teacher's not like, what's going on? Well, mom's kind of upset. You got drawings on your face. Fuck that.
Marks of death and shit.
Yeah, fuck that school.
Yeah, you didn't obviously know the obvious signs of impending danger.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, okay, this never happened until the parents were separated.
Now they're coming to school with marks on their face. Dad gets text, you're going to come to a corpse. Okay, well, I'm just going to... I got the text. I'm just going to ignore this. Fuck the dad.
Yeah. Well, I mean, maybe he just thought that was just a serious overreaction. Which, I mean... Yes, I agree with you that he definitely should have got those kids away from her with those messages. Yes. In the second sense of things, because they were still in contact with each other. It wasn't like they weren't in contact. They were still in very much contact, and he was still very much involved with those lives. She was not on her own with those kids.
Oh no, I'm paranoid. My ass would have been over there in a jiffy.
Like
I said, I would have been on the phone with the cops. Like, get fucking CPS, get everybody. Them kids coming with me because she's threatening to leave me a corpse.
See, it's hard to tell.
I'm out.
Because this is saying, according to the investigation, that they found these notes. It says the notes were discovered inside a plastic bag that was duct taped to the passenger side mirror of the family's car, which had recently been involved in an accident. Now, the husband, was he away in business? Was he just, were they separated?
He was staying with relatives.
So he might not have known about this shit,
But he literally got a message from the girl saying that you're going to come home to nothing but a corpse.
Yeah, so in one note titled "My Confession," Myers said she shot all the boys in the head and set the house on fire. But that was in the car, though. If that was in the car and he didn't know about it.
Yeah, but later on, I believe it said that she sent the husband text messages from what Junior read.
Yeah, she sent him text messages saying you're going to come back to nothing but a corpse.
That's just horrific event.
I don't feel like, honestly, at the end of the day, it's like, you feel sorry for the dad because the dad probably got away from a toxic situation.
I feel bad for them kids more than anything.
And I feel bad for those kids.
Because they'll say in one text message, well, first there were notes that was in the car. It's like, then it says in one text message, which Sloan read aloud during the press conference, Myers warned her husband, "You'll have nothing to come back to but a corpse. No one cares. Why should I?"
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
fuck.
Yeah. Because she felt like nobody cared about her or anything like that.
And if she wrote those notes, that means that she did that before
she did
setting
all
it
that
on fire, which means
it was premeditated.
Yeah. So
But
don't blame demons when you fucking chose to murder kids.
But it's just the point that we said the mother, like, she had 2 stepchildren. Obviously, this was his children from a previous marriage, and she she had 5 kids. 2 were his, 3 were hers. But the fact that the fact that a woman just killed 5 fucking children, it's just like it's horrific. And it's just like, Elliot would say that, we talk about movies and stuff and comic books and anime and this and that too, but it's just like, we think that sometimes we may see a horror movie, it's pretty fucked up, but then, like, I just read an article, like, a woman just fucking killed 5 fucking children. Like, holy,
that just man, sink in. That's not like, some movie with a credit. Yeah. These kids played victim 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, this wasn't victim 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. These were real people.
Well, the thing is just that, and this is when it comes back to when everything that's going on in our communities and stuff like that, how kids are affected. Yeah. More kids are dying than anything else. You know what I mean? Like, more kids, people around my age are dying. Like, especially the most recent shooting that happened on Central Ave. It was a pregnant, innocent, successful black woman was shot and killed and along with another woman. And she was at her best friend's grand opening with kids. There was kids there, and 2 guys were arguing, and they just started shooting at each other. No aim, obviously, because how the fuck you killing innocent people because you're waving guns at each other because you're a little drunk and you're fucking arguing?
I could say something, but it's gonna offend a lot of people.
No, I'm gonna do it. So I did a little bit of research on cop killings to black people, right?
Was this one, Junior? It says was this a 32-year-old woman killed in Central Avenue?
Yep.
Shooting 4 injured. Yep. Yeah, this comes from WNYT.com.
Fucking stupid.
Yep. Shit. All because a couple of guys fucking argued at a party. So they literally just sat there, and it was just like,
Why didn't they just sissy slap each other? Because they couldn't fight. That's why they had to pull out guns.
Exactly. They can't.
They're just gonna fight. They're gonna do that thing everyone else did. Just pull up their pants a little bit, like, yo, son.
Okay, I'm gonna give you guys a scary statistic. You guys are ready for this? I'm gonna give you guys a very scary statistic. In 2020, 226 black people were shot to death by police in the United States. In the entirety of the United States, 226 black people were shot to death by police. In just Albany, New York, we exceeded that number. In just Albany, New York.
Yeah.
Of cops
in less than a year.
What, in cops?
No, with black on black crime. Black on black crime. With crime in our lower end communities, and even in some of these other upper communities where there's some stuff has been happening in our upper communities as well. Yeah. But it's definitely black on black violence because it isn't anybody else. So 226 black people were shot and killed by police officers in 2020. But from March through June, it was 204 in just Albany, New York.
Yeah.
One city has more open cases of gun violent homicides than the police murdering black people in the entire country.
Yeah. It's funny how
this is a small city.
Oh, yeah.
And that was over the course of 9 months. Yeah. If you don't see what the problem is, you're blind.
Not to mention, let's take down New York City. Let's talk about Detroit. Let's talk about Chicago.
I'm not mentioning the bigger city areas because bigger city areas are going to have increase in crime because it's heavily populated. Yeah. Detroit, Michigan is honestly not that much bigger than Albany, New York. So I can include Detroit and I can include Chicago. No, not even Chicago, because Chicago and New York City are like the same. Yeah. But it's like Detroit, Michigan, for example. Like Detroit, Michigan is kind of like Albany, New York, right? So when I'm talking cities, I'm talking smaller suburban cities, like the cities that have more suburban than actual city, right? So in just Albany, New York, in just one city, one small city, as opposed to the entire globe, has more open cases of black on black gun violent charges. So if you say the people get mad that we talk about black on black violence, but people get mad about that because they think that we're trying to deter the issue. No, we're not deterring the issue. We want you to fucking look that one small ass city has more issues than the police killed in the entirety of the nation. 432 white people died.
This is from December 1st, 2020, right? Chicago had 700 homicides, 3,000 shootings have been recorded in Chicago in 2020.
Again, I don't add Chicago because Chicago's too big. Like, Chicago's too big.
But just that city alone had 3,000 fucking shootings. Just that one city.
Yeah. It's just like 432 white people, 226 black, 156 Hispanic, and then a total of 185 split between other ethnic groups. So not even 1,000 were killed by police officers around the country.
Those numbers are getting better. I know someone's going to be like, well, fuck you, it doesn't affect you. Those numbers used to be far worse, and I'm glad that it's going down. I'm sorry, I'm not delusioned. It's never going to be zero.
Well, here's the thing. It actually, according to these numbers, at its worst was 2015. At its worst was 2015. But over the past 6 years, it's been pretty steady. It goes down. The lowest was actually, for black people getting killed by police officers, was the lowest in 2018 with 209.
But wait, that can't be possible because Trump was president.
So
systemic racism.
So
that must mean that Obama being the black president and the most during his thing is white power.
Yeah. So it's crazy. Like over half a decade, there has been a total of 1,600 white people shot and killed by police in the last 5 years. 1,600. As opposed to black people, it's 800. It's about 912. So 912 people, black people, killed by police officers in the last 5 years. 1,600 white people. Okay. In just one major city in this country, we exceed 5 years worth of police shootings. And 70% of those is black on black. Stop saying police officers are the problem. Family and friends are literally, these are murderers. These are killers. You are not a person. You are a monster. You are a piece of shit. Friends and family are protecting these guys. You want to know why 65% of these cases get unsolved? Because friends and family are protecting these people. Yeah. So these cases go unsolved. So when people are saying that things in this community need to stop, no, they need to stop being protected. Because people in their family will say, well, this is a good person. He just shot somebody on accident. So what the fuck is he doing with a gun in his hand if he's not trained?
According to social media, though, when Junior's talking, sounds like Junior's white privilege talking right there. So
I got told that too.
Uh-huh.
So I don't understand. It's like, how the fuck do you explain to me, if you are not trained to handle a gun, why the fuck do you have it? Because more innocent people are dying than the person you got beef with. Because kids are fucking dying out here in the streets. There was a little ass girl. She was only 3 years. She was only like 6 years old. She was riding her fucking bike down Quail Street, and she was shot in her fucking head riding a bike down Quail Street, First and Quail. It was like, she's fucking 6 years old, and right around the corner from my fucking mother's house, she lost her fucking life because somebody didn't know how to shoot a fucking gun.
And people said, like, well, the cops should have been there because the cops are supposed to be there, fucking like 24/7, fucking like, omnipotent, like just gods are just patrolling every section of the street at all times. Like, it's
because if cops were there all the time, then you would consider it a police state, and you still wouldn't be fucking happy because there would be cops on every fucking corner.
Cops get blamed for everything,
exactly,
no matter what. So that's why I don't listen to people. I was told because I'm not black enough, I can't have an opinion on what happens to black people,
and they can go fuck themselves. Because at the end of the day, the same fucking people that's yelling in these police faces, saying I can't breathe or all this extra shit, isn't screaming in their fucking neighborhoods that I can't leave because these fucking kids are dying. I was like, honestly, the people who supported Black Lives Matter that don't support the end of violence in these fucking communities can honestly go fucking die themselves. And I say that wholeheartedly, with all due disrespect. Go fuck yourself, because at the end of the day, it's not right that people fear leaving their house thinking they got to keep their fucking heads down in their community because people who don't know how to fucking operate a gun is sitting there getting them shits. I was like, suck my fucking dick if you think that it's okay for shit like that to fucking happen. I was like, it's not okay. It's not okay. If 912 black people died to cops in the last 5 years to gun violence, but you can bet your ass in the last 5 years, you're probably seeing astronomical numbers, probably 20, 30, 40 fucking grand in these cities of black people dying to each other in these lower income communities. Stop saying that police officers are the bigger fucking problem, because they're not. The police officers aren't the bigger problem. You want to know what the bigger problem is? Where the fuck is this state money going to handle shit like this? Where the fuck is any of this shit going? I was like, crime is up. They literally said that gun violence was up 240%. 240%. I was like, people, understand what the fuck that means. How the hell in Albany, New York, we had almost 1,000 open cases of homicide through the gun violence? Almost over 1,000 in just fucking Albany alone. Like 1,000. That's more than 5 years worth. And that was just over the past year, 1,000 shootings in just Albany.
He's got the cat here, and then the cat's like, Ellie calls her the rape cat.
It's a problem. Like, it's a legitimate fucking problem. Like,
Mark did.
I don't understand. Like, it's literally just it's such a staggering problem that people don't want to look at because they don't want to take responsibility for their own actions.
Exactly. It's because they don't want to point out that their friend or family member was the one who just killed a 6-year-old kid. That's why I said personal responsibility. These people who do these acts need to be held responsible. Nobody's making you pull the trigger. Nobody's making you fight with these people. You're doing it yourself. I don't support Black Lives Matter, and I tell people this all the time. Does that mean I don't think black people's lives matter? You know what? The only people's lives who matter are my friends and family and the people I like.
Yeah.
I don't care about some stranger on the street. Now and then I'll give like a homeless person who may have like an army jacket a couple of dollars. Like, thanks for your service. I don't know if they really were, but I have 2 siblings who went in.
Yeah.
So it's like, hey, thank you for your service. But people need to take responsibility. And honestly, I don't care what excuses people have anymore. But, tough upbringing. You know what? Yeah. We've all had a tough upbringing. My mom raised 4 kids on her own with next to no fucking money.
Yeah.
Did we do stupid things at times? Who wouldn't? 4
hasn't?
Kids, and a parent who barely had any money for anything.
Yeah.
We had to go to those food pantries to eat and stuff. It's like, you know what? Everybody has a sob story, but me and my 2 brothers work like hell, so we never get back there. We took tragedy and gave us a purpose.
Yeah.
I don't want to go to food pantries. I don't want to be 35 having to go eat with all these people because what? I didn't get a job, and now I have to eat with a bunch of other people, get hand-me-outs. I don't want that shit.
Well, here's the thing, though. It's when they say tough upbringings, when they say that that's all you're surrounded with, so that's just what you get yourself into, right? That's the shit that it angers me in a sense because it's just like, well, when you go to school, you understand that there's laws. You understand that there's shit that you can't do. You understand if you fucking kill somebody, you're going to go to jail for your rest of your fucking life. Like, I just don't understand. Like, you understand the difference between right and wrong. You know it's wrong to shoot somebody. You know it's wrong to have a fucking illegal gun. You know it's wrong for all this shit, but you still fucking do it. So it's like, there is no, well, it's the upbringing. No, fuck the upbringing. You know the difference between right and wrong. I was in the fucking system. I was in foster care for years. I went back and forth. I went to 9 different schools in 3 fucking years. Okay, I never had any friends. I grew up isolated. I was sitting there having to fight and getting my ass kicked all the time because I was the only fucking color kid at a white school. I was like, did I grow up fucking wanting to shoot people? Did I grow up and put a fucking gun in my hand? No. I was intelligent to understand that, yes, despite everything that's fucking happening to me, I just need to tough it up and keep it fucking pushing. Yeah. I'm not going to go and grab a fucking gun because my upbringing was tough. I'm not going to go and grab a gun and shoot somebody because I lived in fucking Albany, New York, in the fucking worst parts of Albany, New York. And, you know, occasionally I got jumped a couple of times. I got beat up. But did I grab a gun and shoot somebody? No, I got the fuck up out of there. I just said, fuck it. I was like, I went to high school, graduated on time. I was the only person in my family, in my generation, that graduated on time. Graduated high school on time. Yeah. None of my brothers did. None of my brothers graduated on time. They all went to summer school. My sister dropped out of high school. You know what I mean? So I'm the only person that actually graduated from high school and actually got an associate's in college. So the only person in this generation that actually has that, right? And I went through some fucked up shit in my past. I lost people out of my life that I thought they were honestly the closest people to me at that time died. Did I just suddenly turn into a fucking life of crime despite all the bullshit happening with me? No. So the tough upbringing excuse can get the fuck up out of here. Yeah. It's one of those things. I will not accept any fucking excuses. I will not accept anything other than the fact that this community needs to fucking do better. And you know what pisses me off even more is when the fucking guardian angels actually came into the city, they were so denounced by everybody in those in this community. They were so denounced, saying, oh, we could do it ourselves. What, protect the fucking killers? Because, yeah, you're doing a great fucking job of that. You know, stop fucking... They're trying to stop the violence, and you're encouraging it by telling them, you know what, it was an accident, just, you know, lay low. And then they go out and shoot somebody else. It's like, these people are... It's like, you protect these people from their due justice, and then you turn around and say Black Lives Matter when innocent fucking people are dying to your relatives' fucking recklessness. Get the fuck out of here. Like, I'm so done with people sitting there saying, it's like when Steven Crowder just ripped apart that fucking dude for Black Lives Matter. It was literally one of the best things I ever listened to, because he literally sat there, he just sounded like a stupid fuck, because when he said that all Black Lives Matter, he just sat there quiet for a minute. And then he just went back and saying, well, you know, with George Floyd, and I'm not talking about George Floyd. I'm talking about every fucking black life that was lost to senseless gun violence and senseless violence around the communities. I'm talking about every black life, not just all. Not just the fucking ones that got killed by police. No, we're talking about all of them.
Yeah, and I've said it before in this fucking podcast. So it's like with you and Al here, I don't give a shit. Like, you know, who killed? It's like if you and Al fucking died, I don't give a shit who pulled the fucking trigger. That if someone kills my best friends, I'm pissed off. I don't give a fuck who. It's like, it doesn't matter. It's like, you know, it doesn't. It's like if you get fucking killed, whether it's a fucking cop or fucking someone looks like you, someone looks like fucking me. The point is the fact that my friend is dead. I don't give a shit who did it. It's just like, you know, I'm pissed off either way. It's like, what? It's like we make excuses when it's like I said, we fucking flip out when certain people fucking do it, certain organizations do it, but other people fucking do it. We accept the fact that, oh, okay, but that's just how it is. No, it shouldn't be this. It shouldn't be. That's how it is. Your friend got fucking killed. It doesn't matter who pulled the fucking trigger. Your friend is fucking dead. So it's like, do something about it. Yeah. But they don't want to. Though.
Gun violence going up 240%. Oh, well, that's just that happened because they're tired of the police. But you're not shooting at the police, you're shooting at other people in your community. You're not going after the aggressor that you claim is so aggressive. Yeah. Like, no, you got to understand that if 239 black people died because they got shot to death by police officers, and you know that number increased last year because more people got fucking guns. So obviously, how do you know that they're not shooting back? How do you know?
Like, I still have yet to fucking understand is how destroying fucking businesses and local communities and stuff, and tearing apart people's livelihoods and stuff, and permanently shutting down businesses. How is that fucking reducing? You're supposed to be putting a statement out to fucking police brutality.
Yeah.
How is that lowering police brutality? The fact that people who, like, you know, people that lost their entire life to your violence and your rioting, your fucking looting. How is that fucking doing police fucking reform?
Well, here's the thing. You know? When they said that 93% of the protests were peaceful, it's such a misleading statement, because 93% of them started peaceful. That doesn't mean 93% of them ended peacefully. And if you didn't end the protest peacefully, that means overall it wasn't fucking peaceful. So stop saying 93% of the protests were fucking peaceful, because that's not the fucking case. I was like, it's the most misleading shit you can ever fucking say. I'm like, I don't understand how fucking people are that fucking dumb. I'm like, it's like, yeah, well, 7% of them, I mean, they were violent from minute 1 to minute finish. Yeah, they weren't peaceful. Just like the other 40% that ended horribly. That wasn't peaceful neither. So if the ending was bad, that means overall it wasn't good. Stop fucking saying 93% was peaceful. It's more like 51% were peaceful.
Yeah.
It went half and half. Because how the fuck did 7% of all these protests spawn $1 billion worth of property damage? Get the fuck out of here.
Actually, the final estimate was over $2 billion.
Yeah, over $2 billion of property damage over just 7% of the protest. Get the fuck out of here. So let me guess, it was a peaceful protest when you're walking into fucking restaurants and turning tables and saying your dinner is done. That's peaceful, right? Okay. It's peaceful when you walk into a fucking restaurant, when you walk into a diner, that somebody who actually supported Black Lives Matter now has a bunch of insurgents in their fucking face screaming at them saying, put your fist up or you're a fucking racist. That's peaceful, right? Shut up by saying 93% of these shits were fucking peaceful, because they're not. They weren't. And it's just like, now that Biden's in office, where the fuck is Black Lives Matter?
They took over part of DC the other day.
It's like,
while the tens of thousands of troops stood by and let them, because they were given the orders to let them do whatever they want.
Yeah.
The troops are only there to stop Trump supporters.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, people aren't going to like it, but that's the truth. Just like, why were they told to sleep in a parking garage?
It's like, I'll say this. Here's a fucking problem with politics. It's like you said, it's like one side does something horrible, the opposite side does the exact same fucking thing. When the other side does the exact same thing, they try justifying it. It's like wrong is wrong, guys. It's like murder is fucking murder, thievery is thievery, riots are fucking riots. I don't give. That's why I said before. I try being is like Steven Crowder said this term. We try, all of us here try being centrist. We try being neutralist. We try being as fucking middle of the road as can be. So it's like, again, if somebody fucking breaks into my house, I don't give a shit what the color of your fucking skin is, what fucking political fucking group you're part of. You bring it to my fucking house and start stealing my shit. It's just like, it's like, yeah, as simple as that.
You're dead.
I feel like Stan from the last new episode, the pandemic special of South Park. I feel like Stan, when he started crying at the end of the episode, he's like, I just want everything to go back to normal. Yeah. That's all I want.
It's like the fucking whole political spectrum, and that's political spectrum. Everybody's spectrum is, it's like the people. It's like they'll do the most horrible fucking heinous things, but if one group does it, it's okay. If one group does it, no, it's fucked up. No, how about this fact that people are being fucking shot and killed, and businesses being shut down, people are fucking being fucking robbed. I don't give a shit what the color of the fucking person's skin is, what their fucking gender affiliation is, what their political spectrum is, whatever. You bring it to my fucking house, I'm gonna fucking kill you. I don't give a shit what group you're fucking a part of.
I just want to go to a fucking concert, seriously.
Yeah. Well, it's unfortunate that we live in a society that is just so fucking like either extreme left or extreme right, and to be in the middle, you're gonna have both sides attacking you, and it's unfortunate because of the fact that it's like people will literally sit there and look at you and be like, "Well, you have an opinion, I don't agree with it, so it's false." Yeah. Like, no, just because you don't agree with it doesn't make it false.
So far since episode 1, you, me, and Alan and Elliot and stuff too. When Susan's here and Selena or Carlton, we try all of us. That's why I said all of us are fucking friends and family. We try being as middle of the road as possible and stuff. It's not a fucking perfect system, but it's the best we can fucking do, because it's like, I feel like, even Selena's like, Chris, listen to the podcast, and she goes, I love the fact that when I'm down there and stuff with you and Junior Elliot, Carlton, or she hasn't met Carlton, but like, Al, she's like, you guys, she's like, I respect the fact that your podcast, she's like, I've been on 3 episodes so far, and the fact that you guys, you're like, you sit there and you focus on everyone's opinions. Everyone has a fucking voice. Everyone has a point to fucking make. I was like, yeah, it's like, we don't have to always agree on the exact same shit, but I want everybody to have their own fucking viewpoints and respect their fucking viewpoints. And it's like, this is the best way to have civil discussions and to get points across and to make fucking progress, because we've seen this shit. We see all fucking time on YouTube or Twitter, all social media platforms. Joe Rogan said this shit a couple months ago. He goes, the problem now with social media is people, they go in their think bubbles. They find fucking people who think exactly fucking like them. They find these little fucking groups there, and they listen to people who think exactly like the way they do. And they don't want to sit there. They don't want to have civil discussions. They don't even want to fucking hear the opposite sides' viewpoints. They want to just listen to people who think exactly like them. And Joe's like, that kind of fucking thinking is very fucking dangerous. Because if all you do is surround yourself with people who think exactly fucking like you, how can you ever fucking make progress or listen to people who has opposite fucking viewpoints? Like, not everything you and me agree with, or you and Elliot agree with, or even Al agrees with, but we even though we see things from a different point of view, we still respect each other's fucking opinions. And the problem with social media is that's it. I feel like, all of us, we are the fucking minority, because people on social media are the majority. We're like, they're just egotistical, arrogant, loudmouth fucking assholes. They want to hear, all they want is everyone to agree with what they fucking say. And if we keep going forward with that, we're never going to fucking make any kind of progress. And we're going to keep fucking, start regressing, because you can't have everything be like your opinion, your fucking viewpoints. You got to start analyzing situations based on more than just one fucking mindset. So,
well, the biggest problem with that is it's a little bit more to it, but you kind of hit the nail on the head with it. But I'm going to dive deeper into that and say it's like, because they got the internet in front of them, they think every source is credible. So when they see something that's there, they'll immediately post it and be like, see. Then you look at the site and it's just like some douchebag who thinks just like you wrote that. There was no information. There's no sources. There's no credibility on it. It was just a douchebag who knows coding, who just had a website to make it look all right. So you literally sat there and was just like, oh, okay, I'm just going to do that. Like, I just don't understand. Like, holy shit, really? But I'm
looking at, so we're 2 hours 15 minutes in. I'm drunk enough where it's like we covered a lot of shit tonight, but I still have more articles where it's when Carlton gets here and Susan and Al. I have some other articles, more comedy stuff, but it's like, hey, this is technically episode 50, and I'm happy we made it this fucking far. I'm hoping we get 50 more in, so which we should. So, but
I don't come back to work. Oh, fuck.
So we definitely covered. You, me, Elliot covered a lot of shit in fucking 2 hours. So
yeah, it's all over the place, and unfortunately, I hate talking about politics. It's like seeds, but everything. Politics now, because of Congress, is literally rooting in everything. Teachers don't want to go back to school because Fauci keeps flip-flopping. They don't feel safe to open schools, so they're not going to open schools. And kids aren't going to get a proper education. They're starving. They're not getting their breakfast and lunch for free anymore. Like, it's everywhere now. And it's disgusting.
Yeah. The only way that it can change is just through the only way to change that infrastructure is to literally, because as you can see, Donald Trump didn't meet none of the stipulations to actually become president. He didn't have any military service. As a matter of fact, he went AWOL. And he still got into office. The only reason he got out of being AWOL is because he has money.
Yeah, bone spurs.
You're fired.
Like, he had The Apprentice and he was telling people they were fired. A celebrity. Listen. A reality star became president, which means.
But what's cool too is that all of us here, even Elliot and Carlton too, they can support Trump, but they can also acknowledge the comedy against the guy and also the hypocrisy.
Well,
it's like everybody.
I was in the middle. I liked some of the things he did that helped to make my life easier. Yeah. But like I said, it's best to keep them out of social media. Politicians don't have a place in social media.
No, I agree.
Their place is in Congress doing their fucking job. And when you've had people in Congress who haven't been doing their job for decades, it's a problem.
Elliot, you took the words exactly out of my mouth when you said that they need to stay off of social media, because that's Donald Trump's number one fucking problem is that he's influenced by social media.
Yeah, that's why I've told Chris a lot of times I like some of his policies.
Yeah.
I had issues with others.
Yeah.
I hated the fact that he was on social media. Yeah, some
Get
of
the
it's
fuck
funny,
off of social
especially
media
when people
and do your job.
roasted him.
Yeah.
And I laughed at it, but I was also like, get the hell off of it.
Oh, I gotta talk to you, Chris, when you get done with this.
Oh, I mean, I'm all set to the fact because I want to drag this on too long. So I got more stuff I want to keep for next time Al gets here and fucking Carlton. And the fact that we've gone too long without recording, but like I want to get like at least you and Elliot to get some shit talked about because I feel like if we go too long without recording, then we get fucking like 100 news articles. We can't keep up with this shit. So we broke around a bunch of stuff about not politics, but like shootings and stuff, the economy, just like dumb shit with fucking YouTubers, and I'm sure, and it'll be a recurring fucking thing, guys. As a blue collar person, I'm tired of fucking TikTokers and fucking YouTubers and Twitchers and OnlyFans people. They keep doing this fucking dumb shit. And it's like you people, you're so fucking focused on internet fucking fame. It's like take this same energy and put it into something productive. Maybe you'll have an actual successful career and longevity. And like, hey, listen, dude, you're a 20-year-old, you're a douchebag, you got fucking killed because you want to be an asshole. And I don't feel bad for him, sorry. So.
Well, basically, to lock this up, I'm basically going to say that we definitely need to make a change. By talking about the livable wage, we all know that the government is shitting on us.
Yeah.
The only way to truly change that is to put somebody in office that knows that knows their way around a business, that knows how to run a business, but also knows how to take care of the American people. Who understands that, people just can't be corporate fed. And that's the only politician that's been getting into office is people that's been corporate fed.
Yeah. And of course, I'm a pessimistic fucking person where I'm like, guys, I think we're all fucked. I think we can change this shit. So what we can do, though, is listen to a podcast, laugh, drink, and just have fucking fun because...
And also be informed. It's not... To be... It's always, it's always good to laugh and things like that, but it's also sometimes it's just not good to be ignorant of things. Like, to let people know that these are real issues that they need to look into. These are real issues that people need to, like, put their eyes on instead of like the stupid shit that's going around. Instead of looking on your phone and you see, oh my God, Ariana Grande, her hair changed. Oh, I think I need to change my hair just like that because that's a trend now. Like, no.
Well, I feel like, Al was in here, but obviously, Elliot wasn't here for episode 1, but you and me are here for episode 1. Do you feel like, me personally, I feel like the past, since episode 1, episode 50, 49 episodes later, nothing for me personally, COVID's still fucking here. The economy is still fucked. We're just as fucked as we were, Junior, 49 episodes ago. The only difference is the fact that, like, now I got a girlfriend. Now I'm just like, guys, just have a fucking drink, sit back and laugh because this is my pessimistic nature. I'm like, guys, we're fucked. I'm like, well, what you can do is, like, you can grab a fucking drink, laugh it off because even after 50 episodes, I feel like nothing's fucking changed. I'm sorry.
Things got worse for me. I broke it off with my wife
maybe Junior said, but also
can't travel for 4 years.
I like different perspectives. Maybe Junior has a more positive outlook on this. Me personally, I'm like, you know what, guys? This is why I'm drunk for because I'm like, I accept the fact that I can't do shit but sit back and drink and eat some pizza and just accept it.
I'm gonna run for office.
I'd vote for you.
I'm serious. I'm gonna run for office.
I'm not gonna learn anything, but I want to run for office.
Like, fuck it. I'm literally just going to go down to City Hall and I can see if I can still run for office, like in 2022. Fuck it.
Well, why not? The chick from Sex and the City tried to run for office here, I believe.
Yeah. Yep. Lesbian.
Yeah.
So
I'm going to try to run for office.
She was in soft porn and she's like, I think I took enough dick on Sex and the City. I could do this.
Well, it's always definitely. I'm happy the fact that Junior wants to get some merchandise going. I want to get a more of a fucking Facebook presence going because Facebook, love it or hate it, it is technically speaking the largest social media platform out there. And YouTube has been a bitch because, like, I've noticed that, when you start, now you officially have a girlfriend, they take up a lot of time. It's like, Chris, you want to do YouTube? Or she's like, Chris, want to watch Attack on Titan? Okay. I'm happy the fact that my girlfriend, she loves Attack on Titan. So it's like, and she loves,
just wait till season 4.
She's watching season 4. I've been wanting to do YouTube, but it's like, it's hard, it's like, you get off fucking work. Your girlfriend wants to, like, go to, like, hang out to a restaurant or something. Like, I got to, like, spend more time on YouTube and shit. But, like, we eventually get everything fucking rolling. I'm glad Junior's got this whole, like, merchandise thing got going on. But, like, maybe between episode 50 and episode 100, we'll get something more substantial. But like I said, it's hard to get a brand going when, like, we're all kind of part-timers, and a lot of people on fucking YouTube and TikTok and other podcasts, they're doing this shit. They don't have to go to fucking work. All 3 of us got to go to fucking work tomorrow. It's like, Junior's got vacation, but, just saying.
Oh, it's paid too.
But take with Junior's vacation, everybody here is blue collar. We all fucking work for a living. It's like I made this fucking joke. If I had a month off work, what I could accomplish. And tell Al, could you imagine what we could do if we had a month off work? How much stuff we could get accomplished? These people, like, and Selena said this shit. She's even told us to Junior, like, how these people do all this posting, and how do these people they do so much on social media? How do these people do so much? And you're like, Selena, because the thing is, they don't have nothing to do all day but sit around and do nothing. Of course, they can fucking be on TikTok and Instagram and fucking whatever,
MSNBC and CBS News and all that.
Or make YouTube videos. I uploaded this week 5 YouTube videos. Well, dude, because when you don't do anything but sit home all fucking day, of course you can. You're not going to the gym. You ain't got a fucking girlfriend. You have no fucking job. When you sit home all day, of course you can upload 5 YouTube videos. Some of us got to fucking be up at 5 o'clock in the morning and be to fucking work. So sorry.
Pretty much.
Well, there are some people who stream part-time and do work full-time. There are some people who do that. Like, there are some people, I know people that work at Best Buy that are full-time.
I'm saying, but comparison, but they're very, I'm saying, the most popular fucking people are the ones that this is all they fucking do.
Yeah. Well, when you spend enough time on it and you get enough people to talk about it, then eventually, but it's just like most things, it's mostly word of mouth. So but hey, and I'll say my goodbyes and Junior Elliott said goodbyes. But hey, 50 episodes in, it's been a fucking blast. I've had a shitload of fucking fun. I laughed my ass off with Junior here, Elliott. I met Selena. I mean, fuck, we've had a Carlton. We've had a fucking Susan. Your cousin came down. Molly came down. I'm hoping to add more fucking people. And next 50 episodes, I'm hoping we get a bigger brand name. We do got a fucking Twitter. We got Instagram. I don't post all the damn time, but again, it's just like I can't post 7 days a week because I'm working a lot. I work anywhere from 60 hours to 70 hours a fucking week. Junior's always fucking working. Elliott's working. When Big Al's fucking working. Susan's working. Everybody's fucking working. So it's like this isn't our full-time job. So it's like this is why we don't have that much of a social media presence for it, because I don't spend 12 hours a day on my goddamn phone. I've got a life. I've got a kid. So it's like I'm at the gym. So, but as always for me, it's like, hey guys, if Junior gets some fucking merch going, cool. But this podcast, 100% is free now. It will be free. It's gonna fucking stay free, and maybe we'll get some sponsors one day. But hey, whatever. If we do, we don't.
We sell out. Fuck it.
Yeah. I'm just saying,
the American dream. We sell out.
I'm not going to charge anybody to listen to me drinking fucking whipped cream vodka in my basement. I'm just
talking about man-on-man sex.
Talking about a virgin that can't touch a titty. So,
man, cat.
So, to kind of conclude with me, it's
vile.
He is fucking vile. I swear to God, he's fucking vile.
We said we gotta get Mark on his podcast.
We have to, but his back has got to be able to make it to get down.
No, it just needs Zoom. We'll pitch in and get him a pizza.
We're telling Selena about it. Selena, do you want to meet a 41-year-old virgin?
Fuck, it's worse than that movie, The 40-Year-Old Virgin.
It's worse. It's worse. That other guy actually does get laid. But here's my conclusion. You guys, that I am a full supporter of local businesses. I am always a supporter of small businesses. It would always be in the back of my mind. It's something that I will talk about in this podcast.
Big Al says.
On a regular basis, I will always be a supporter of small businesses and local talent and things like that, because that's what we need to invest our money. Let money come to us. It's that time to let money come to us. So any questions about investing your money or anything like that, feel free to hit me up on my Facebook. And that's it. Send me SoundCloud links. Oh, and OnlyFans links, but only if you're cute.
It was like his new roommate. Luba's got OnlyFans.
So. I know. I'm still trying to get her to send me that link, but
she'll send it. So, how do you feel? You're doing the last goodbye. So
I'll just do an Albert Einstein quote. I probably did this, but this is the world we live in. I fear the day when the technology overlaps with our humanity. The world will only have a generation of idiots. And it's what we have now.
Yep.
Exactly. Even the critical drinker said, guys, he said in one live stream, he goes, man, we have the fact that we have a supercomputer in our fucking palm of our hands, and we know less now than we did fucking 10 years ago. It's scary. The fact that how uneducated people are, you have all this fucking power in your hand. Just spend 5 minutes. Like I said, Junior pulled up 3 fucking pages of information in minutes. It's like, fucking, how are you this goddamn stupid? I seen TikTok video. This guy had a TikTok video. He asked these fucking two girls at a fucking mall who's in the last Civil War, and he said Trump and Biden. In a civil, it's just like shit that like it's scary. So anyway, hey guys, shit's free. Don't want your money. Don't need your money. And fuck. Let's hope to fucking 50 more episodes. So we are out.
Peace.